Okay, you guys.
I was in town anyway.
Clearly, I have a guest on the podcast today. We're going to talk about Marley's Thailand trip.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about her Thailand trip. We're also going to talk about. I did some stories, so I just want to tell you guys what you're listening to right now. Okay, we're going to tell you what's coming. I did some stories about Marley's leaving for Thailand, her Thailand trip, her humanitarian trip. And then I also was talking about
Marley.
the college savings plan.
Yep.
So we're here to talk about that, which is why I have.
Why am I in the car? This seems very unaffiliated with me.
So there were a lot of responses.
I know.
I mean, I really want to talk about what you were just talking about, so we can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But there were a ton
Those are
of
communication
responses.
preferences.
This is like if you're watching this, or you have like, I don't know if we're making a reel out of this, or if you're watching it on YouTube. This stack of papers, these are real responses. And this is just a small sampling. It's like a biopsy.
Am I going to read those to you? Am I going to read those to you?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe we'll read them.
Like cue cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to
Do you feel like you're on the show again?
Yeah. I do. But so many people, you guys wanting to know more. You guys wanted an actual podcast episode about Marley's humanitarian trip. And also, I had talked quite a bit about the difficulty that it is raising adult kids. You and I have had so many conversations about this.
Yes.
I mean, there's just so many, like, how do you raise them financially? How, like, what is giving them enough? What is giving them too much?
I know.
How do people freaking afford adult kids?
Yeah.
When I thought my kids, as they got older, some part of me thought it was going to get cheaper because it was like, there were diapers and formula and all of the stuff that you had to buy back in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Now how cheap does that seem to you?
Well, like clothes, they were growing out of all the time. And I would say like, gosh, I can't wait till they can stay in the same clothes for 2 years. My kids, they might not buy as many clothes unless you're Marley. Maddox had like a $50 budget.
Well, he was a
thrifter.
thrifter.
He was a thrifter.
Yeah.
And he never asked me for money ever.
Really?
Never. I gave him $40 once to thrift, and it was like Christmas times 10.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, because he liked the deals of thrifting. Wait, where did he get money? Or he would just stretch it?
You know, that's like...
Hold on, let's explore. Where did your son get money from?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Does this make you wonder some things?
Yeah. And there were times. Well,
he was a crafty kid, though.
Here's what I remember now that we're bringing this up. I totally forgot about this. I used to get, so back in the day, I am an owner of Transform. This is hilarious. And I had no clue what was going on. Every month, we used to get one of every SKU. Do you know how many SKUs
that means
Transform
product,
has?
right?
Yeah.
A SKU?
Every SKU, SKU, SKU.
Yeah.
Is like a product item. So
it's an item.
We have like 40 flavors of shakes. We have like 40 flavors of hydration.
Wait, they would
and
ship
boost.
All of those to you every month?
We didn't have as many flavors in. At this time we probably had like 18 to 20. So yes, I was every month. Every month I was getting one of every SKU. And that that whole rack in my garage. Yeah. Since I just picked you up from the airport.
Yeah, I can imagine what it looks like. There's like 6 skateboards over there and a bunch of like yoga mats and
yeah, so that whole rack was full of Transform product. Like I didn't have any suitcases on it. It was just we had Transform product.
Yeah, and it takes like a month to go through a jug of meal replacement.
Well, I mean, there's 28 servings in a container. I was doing 2 to 3 a day. So just me alone, I was going through one a couple weeks. Yeah. Okay. But
not 18 a month.
And I was never I was so busy at the time. This is when Dave and I were doing the challenges. There was just stuff coming in. We were using a lot of them. We were shipping product for giveaways and prizes. And so I was and we didn't really have a, what do you call it? Why can I think?
An itinerary?
No.
Oh, like inventory.
No. Yes.
Okay, like an inventory list.
We didn't have inventory. At one point, I ended up making inventory. I had them do an inventory because I found out what was happening. So
I already know what you're gonna say.
Maddox's best friend's mom was always asking, not always, that sounds bad. Maddox's best friend's mom loved our product. And so I'd be like, dude, can you make sure you give some protein to
give it away.
The family?
Yeah.
And so, like a year later, she was like, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you letting Maddox sell me the protein at a discount.
Shut up.
So our protein,
Yes.
our protein was like $70 a jug or something.
What
maybe
was he
80.
selling him for?
$40, and so he was just. But it wasn't just her. It wasn't just to Christy. Christy, if you're listening to this, it was to other people. He was.
Dude was running a
selling-
full-on racket out of your garage. 100% profit.
So that's how he got his
0%
money.
overhead.
That's why he never asked me for money.
Yeah, you're like, he was so thrifty. $40 would go so long. Marley would spend that per day. No, he was selling your merchandise out of your garage.
Which now I know how
So
he had
smart.
money for like band stuff and everything.
Yeah,
I
so
never
now,
really
but I mean,
thought
doesn't
about
that
it.
make you think about him and be like, I mean, it could be jail, but also it could be entrepreneurship. Like, he could be fine.
Well, one of my brothers, I'm not going to say which one because I don't want, anyone to think. I remember when he was in high school, he was always selling golf club, like the shaft.
Do you want, for the viewers that are just listening?
Well, I was just mimicking a shaft.
Yeah. Okay.
But he would, just the shaft.
Yep. No, I got it. The visual's locked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue. Keep going.
So he was always selling shafts. Is that what it's called? Or am I
Well, yeah,
making
no, that's
that
the
up?
shaft of a golf club. I'm just, where did he get golf club shafts from?
Exactly.
What?
So we found out down the road that these shafts were a little shady.
Nothing worse than a shady
I
shaft,
know.
as the old saying. I think that's an old proverb, isn't it?
Nothing worse than a shady shaft.
Yeah, it's an old proverb. I saw it tattooed on a guy's arm once.
I think Buddha said it. Maybe it was Yoda.
Yeah, one of the two for sure.
It was Yoda.
That's not offensive to anybody.
Yoda? What? Okay, cut out.
Carry
the
on.
Buddha.
No. Keep everything. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Listen, sometimes I don't know.
I'm just teasing. Okay, so
But Yoda, is that offensive?
Yoda's not offensive.
Okay, good.
No, unless you're
We'll
like a
stick with
Star
it.
Trek fan. And you think that Yoda's
Nothing
on
worse
Star
than a
Trek.
shady shaft.
You think like Yoda and
Shaft
Spock
or
were
shaft
friends.
not? There is no try. Okay. We're okay.
Wait, do you have a voice? Like, do you have a Yoda voice if you said
no,
shaft or
I don't
shaft
even
not?
watch the movie. I've never watched
Oh,
it.
yeah, you're not a Star Wars person.
No.
You're not a Star Wars girly. What do you do when you go to Disneyland? Do you get excited about Star Wars Land? I know it's called something different.
Well, first of all, I pay for everybody to get in.
So you're angry? That's all you're thinking about?
Speaking of finances.
Yeah, I know we'll get
And
there.
then the second thing is I just, make a fun trip for everyone. I don't really.
Well, it's cool. You don't have to love it.
But I do. I love
I mean, like, I didn't love.
Wait, Disney? Are you saying I don't love Disney?
No,
I love Disney.
you don't know Star Wars.
No.
So I'm wondering what your experience is in Star Wars Land because
Well, you
there's
just
so
do the
much
rides.
lore
You
in
know?
there. Yeah, but there's lore.
But Disney.
It's kind of like Pandora. What's it called in Disney World? Pandora from the movie. Those long, like 4-hour James Cameron movies. There's 2 of them.
Pandora?
They're tall, like blue people, and they.
Disney? I feel like are you
No,
fucking with me
no,
right
no,
now?
no. Okay, hold on. What's it called? It's Pandora. What's the movie called? Avatar. It's Avatar World
I've
in
never seen
Disney
that either.
World, in the Animal Kingdom. You've never seen that?
No.
See, I'm not like the movies aren't, my life,
Yeah.
but the world is cool.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, I
so
like all the stuff.
immersive. Okay,
But
anyway.
There's so much to do in Disney.
Okay,
though.
let's
I
just
can't even-
reverse.
okay,
Let's
okay.
back everything back
Okay,
up.
we're gonna leave
Well,
Disneyland.
Shady Shafts.
Shady Shaft.
You don't know where they coming
Selling,
from.
Yeah, we were talking
One of the
about
brothers. Could I
selling-
guess which one?
But not live. Not on here.
Okay.
Actually, here's the thing.
Is he younger than you?
Yeah, they're almost all younger than
Well,
me.
it's 2 of the 3 are.
Which
What does that mean?
Maybe you wouldn't know.
I did think you were the
Youngest?
yeah.
Did you wait? Who'd you think was younger than me?
well. You told me
Denver
that
was
Denver
my
was
baby.
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, was your baby.
My
Okay,
baby
so
bro.
Shady Shafts. We keep
Yeah,
backing up. We
yeah.
got Maddox
Nobody likes the Shady Shaft.
hawking. Nobody.
Maddox is hawking.
Product
Yeah.
left and right,
Yeah.
acting like, Mom, all I need is $40, and he's so grateful because he's
He-
making
he-
hundreds
like,
of dollars a week.
I think there like
Heidi,
every kid.
Heidi, if he
I know.
could he have sold 4 tubs a week?
For sure. I don't even know how many he was. And when I
10
found,
I was thinking
when
10
I
tubs a
heard this, you better believe he got in big trouble. More than anything, it wasn't even about him stealing and making the money,
Very
which I don't
enterprising
like that,
of
right?
the young lad. Yeah,
I don't like that. But I was like, all of these moms
Yeah.
Think I'm selling them product out of my garage? Like, is Heidi hurting? But
Yeah,
like, 'cause
you're
you
the
know
hit to
me.
your reputation's a problem.
I would never. If you're my friend, you are in my area. I have never sold you
Hey.
a jar of anything. I give it
Can we
always.
do this? If you heard this and you were sold a discounted jar of Transform, can you reach out to Heidi and let her know that you were? Wait, you know those commercials you see where it's like class action lawsuits,
Yes.
like mesothemia,
Yes.
what's it called?
I have no idea.
With asbestos poisoning.
Yeah.
And it's like class action.
Whatever.
If you were affected by the Transform,
I'll right that wrong.
just reach out to Heidi.
Yeah, I'll give you a free jug. I
It's
will.
more expensive now.
I
Okay.
don't get one of every SKU anymore. Things
Yeah.
have changed. We've
Okay.
grown, you know.
So
and
now we're reversing back into where we started from.
Yeah.
This is really good. So
Okay, okay.
Maddox was enterprising.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Every kid, and I think you would know this too, but every kid is so drastically different.
Wildly
Like,
different. Mhm.
raising Maddox was relatively easy financially. Like that boy did
Yeah.
well until his senior year when I had to pay for tutoring every single day, like literally
Yeah.
6 days a week, which we've
Mhm.
talked about this on the podcast, so it's no secret, just to get that kid to graduate. Like
Yeah.
it was hard. It was a lot. Then financially, I was like, oh man, like I can see now how it starts to take a toll. At that time, Mars was growing into that age, right? Where like the clothes,
Oh yeah.
but not just the clothes with girls, the clothes, the face.
It's hair and makeup and skin is
I don't understand.
astronomical.
And then it's like with her face products,
Yes.
she'd be like, I need this this face wash, and it's like $45. I'm like, no, I bought $8, maybe $5 face wash when I was your age. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but my skin, and she has all these reasons why she needs the stuff
know.
that I
think it's one of the
have.
best. I mean, this is another tangent, little side quest. I think it's one of the best like corporate scams, like best marketing.
Yeah.
Some of the best marketing going on in the whole world right now is like 13-year-old girls think
Yeah.
they need $100 skincare routines.
Yeah. Well,
They
and
believe it.
Yeah. Well, and part
Genius.
for Marley, she was like, well, my acne, because we all.
That's
but like,
fair. No, that's fair.
It is.
And good acne treatment is worth probably paying for, right? The proper stuff.
I'm gonna argue this.
Okay, I don't know. That's what I'm guessing. I'm assuming.
Every teenage girl, not every, most of us have acne.
Okay.
And as we are like Marley, even with her acne, the products still resulted in acne. I think it's just a thing when you're going through this age and your hormones are shifting everywhere.
You're like layering on products and
you think you need more, but the reality is you would get the same result usually from the proactive or whatever the other brands are. So anyway, Marley cost quite a bit. And so and I think I bred it. And every time I'd buy her something, I would say, okay, someday you're going to have to figure out how to pay for this on your own. You're going to have to figure this out on your own. Yeah. And so we've gotten to the point where I think this last year, maybe the last 6 months since Mars has lived with me full time, has felt like the hardest because I think I didn't always know what she was buying on my Amazon account. And now that she's in my house or has been, I'm very aware of it. And then like time is drawing nearer for her to figure out what school looks like. Like, how do we budget school? How do we do all these things? How do I figure out living expenses? And Maddox just went on a mission. So there's an expense to that, but it's relatively
fixed.
Inexpensive, right? Because it's $400 a month.
Okay. And that's everything. Food, housing, everything.
Well, so Maddox, I think, is a pretty easy missionary. So it's $400 a month to the church that covers this housing.
Basics. You still send money and
I don't send money. So this is all good stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't send Maddox money, but what I will do quite often is if there's like a holiday or we're playing a game, because we do like the family game night, if he wins, I'll do something like, okay, because the kids will win something too. But if Maddox wins because he's far away, I'll say it covers a lunch. He wins a lunch with it. Or for his birthday, I'll give him coupons that are like 5 lunches far away or 5 dinners. But what's funny about Maddox, and it's really cute.
Yeah.
When Maddox wins a lunch from me, so what he'll pay on his card, I have his card connected to my Chase account. So then I'll just transfer. I'll see the money, or he'll text me and say, hey, here's what it was. I'll transfer it into his account. But Maddox, when he wins a lunch, he'll be like, okay, so I just cashed in on the lunch. Would you mind reimbursing me? It was $85.
Yeah.
I'm like, $85 for lunch? He's like, yeah. Oh, I just invited the elders and we had this friend that we're talking to. So Maddox is so caring
Oh, he
and
pays for other
giving.
people.
Always.
Oh, okay.
Always. So I do not push. I've never pushed back on it. Part of me is like, man, I'm going to pay for 5 lunches and they're all going to be $50 to $85. I get inside, I get a little annoyed for a minute. And then I'm like, you know what? I actually have said this to you. If I die tomorrow and I still have money left in my bank account, I'm going to wish I had spent that on time with my kids. Cause I do. That is my mantra I've had to come back to over and over lately because things just cost and experiences cost. Yes, I think some of Marley's skincare can be cut out and it has been over time. But like Maddox feeling like he's giving to people he's teaching or giving to his missionary companions or me feeling like I'm giving experiences to my kids or their friends if we bring them to Disneyland. Sometimes like I freak out quite a bit internally. But my biggest rule, I never tell my kids. You've heard this.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever. If I am stressing financially, I never let my kids know because I don't want that burden to be on them. You know, I never had it.
They don't know how to handle that. They can't. That's adult stuff. They don't. They'll grow up and have plenty of their own soon enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Where were we at? We were talking about Maddox's lunches.
Yeah.
So his mission's relatively inexpensive besides the lunches he wins.
Yeah. So a lot of this, where's your papers? Hold on. Because the question began, this whole conversation began. Where are we at, by the way?
25 minutes. We're good. Okay. So I got a bunch of papers.
Okay. You're a talker. I'm a talker.
They don't even know your name yet. We're 25
Yeah.
minutes
Hey.
in.
Hi.
Okay, so
I'm Ryan.
Why is I actually, when I met him, like his energy, you can't really see it on camera, but you can kind of hear it. His energy is just so like bright, so bright. Like you have the brightest,
thank you,
funnest, and I know that's not a word, but like you make the word real. You have the funnest, like, but also just real energy. I feel like I've gotten to know like all the real sides of you.
Yeah, for sure.
But like his energy is like, I said, if you were an avatar, it would be someone saying, it would be like this, hi, I'm Ryan.
Yeah.
That is you.
If I was in a video game.
You are one.
I'd be like an NPC just walking around and you'd bump into me and I'd just be like
Free Guy. If you were in Free Guy.
Yeah, I'd be Free Guy.
Know?
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
Yeah, it'd be like that. That's how it feels in my head, in my body.
Who would I be?
You'd be a very similar hi, I'm Heidi, but it's a very it's different.
Like how?
It's very it's a mix between like, let's say I would picture it young, teenage, friendly, bubbly, but also like
get shit done.
Yep, I'm going to take charge of everything in this room. It's okay. I don't need to ask it. I'm just going to do it. And we're all going to be better off for it.
And are we?
I would say essentially yes. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yours is mixed with a little bit more like, now watch this.
Yeah, well, like the Target doors. You know what I'm saying?
I have a little bit of a sense of like, well, the rule said. So we walk in the wrong Target doors.
It didn't even cross my mind.
No, well,
that the
clearly
rule said.
We walked into the wrong side. We had a good discussion on why there's
Target's confusing. We all know
that.
I
don't know why the doors are on the wrong. Why they're on the wrong side? Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
We walk in the wrong ones. They don't open because they're the wrong doors. In my head, I'm like, oh, they're not opening. We should probably just walk through the correct ones. What did you do?
I took my fingers and I just
pried them
a little bit, and then they popped open.
I saw your back flex. Like it wasn't a little bit.
Like but I was like, well, we're here.
You were full flexing.
People are going out that other door. There's people coming. Let me just help out this situation. And I just went pop, and it pried open. I'm like, we're good. Let's go. And
you did it on the way out too, because we walked out the indoors.
But and
you did the same thing.
I just felt like I would be interrupting traffic if I stopped and walked around.
Yeah, so that's your energy. It's very like
rules are made to be broken sometimes.
Yeah, or they just don't exist.
I don't. It's true. I don't.
Which is great. It's admirable. I wish often I was a little bit more like that.
And this kind of led to a discussion that we had on the way out,
which has nothing. We checked the papers. We're getting a note from the producers. Has nothing to do with the episode. Okay, keep going.
Producers on this show. Clearly,
got my finger to my ear. Like, hold on, I'm getting this in. Just in. Hold on, just in.
Justin or Justin?
Well, it's a guy named Justin, and it's Justin from Justin.
Okay, but like, here's the thing. I wish you could see your laugh right now. You have the cutest laugh. I love that I just picked up this. Oh, we don't even know who. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's talk about the discussion as we walked out of Target.
Yeah.
I said, like, because it really was a real thing. I should be a little more aware. I recognize that. And this is something at 43, I'm as aware as I've ever been. I was more oblivious. Every year prior, I was more oblivious to what was actually happening around her. But I think sometimes some people get so brainwashed to be and do according to the rules that someone else set around them, and they don't even understand what or why they exist.
Or ask, for sure.
Yeah, and it limits what we can do. Like if your parents, for example, saying, or this can't be done, or you can't do this. As kids, we actually believe that.
Yeah.
Until someday we have a breakthrough where we're like, oh my gosh, no, what they said, who they said I was and what they said I was capable of, or that mean person at school or whatever, is not actually true. And I feel like I do live inside of a world where, and this is newer, this is like 10 years, 15 years newer. We're like, I feel like anything is possible. And,
you do.
Everything
you have that
deserves
energy,
to be challenged a little bit.
Yeah.
So like Maddox and Mars challenge the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Right. And Cash is starting to get to that age. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
A lot.
And you're like, oh, that came from me.
And also,
that's me.
I love it.
Little mirrors. Yeah.
I love that, like, there's respect woven in, like that. And that's the thing. I want to make sure respect.
You can
is
challenge
woven in.
respectfully.
Yeah. And then there's a time where it's like, you got to be done challenging. I have said no. Like, no means no. But also, I love that their mind is like, okay, but why? Just wanting to understand, because as a kid, I was raised like no means no. And if you even challenge that, you're in a lot of trouble, right? I never even thought of challenging anything. And so, and that limited me for quite a while.
Stifled you.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't seem like your natural character.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's conditioning.
You just saw a video of me from 2012. And I was so like quiet and meek and just.
That's great. That's who you were at the time.
Yeah.
It's just who Heidi was at the time.
And then I realized you can challenge everything. And
yes, you can.
Should we get to the papers?
Yeah, let's get to the papers.
So guys, this is Ryan.
Oh yeah, hi. I'm Ryan.
So
nice to be here. Thanks. Your studio is beautiful, by the way.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided today to that the original concept of Heidi's Lane.
I love this, by the way.
I was telling you this.
Yeah. I think the whole thing. I mean, this is just my dumb opinion, but I think that
you're amazing.
I mean, you're the pro. Like, this is your show, but I think the Heidi's Lane concept is so cool.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
So Heidi's Lane was actually intended to be in the car, because this is where I notoriously go. Everyone knows this.
You get everything done.
My thinking spot. This is where, like, it's my working spot. And so I thought of having guests in here, and like we could be like, okay, wait, hold on, let's flip a bitch and go back to what we were talking about before, which is like you're in a car.
There's so many great analogies.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you should have like multiple cameras in here.
Yeah.
And it should be done in here. It's so this is your spot.
I love it.
I do too. It's great.
So we're bringing Heidi's Lane on the road today. We're doing this in the car. We got our papers and our cords and all this fun stuff. And Ryan.
I mean, my notes are on my phone digitally.
Are they?
You love printing.
And you hate printing.
I do. I'm like morally opposed to printing. For no reason other than...
I feel like you've softened a little bit to printing.
Well, yeah, I do. It's like it's something you love and appreciate, so I'm here for it. I support it. I support you in your printing journey.
But every time I print,
I think printers are one of the most annoying appliances to have in a house. And you don't have this experience. We disagree, I know.
But do you think it has something to do with my ADHD?
Well, you keep everything like pristine, updated, stocked, and supplied. So right now, how many ink cartridges are sitting at your house ready to go as backups?
I mean, one just arrived.
So thank you. Mine would be empty, and it would stay empty for weeks, and then I'd be in a pinch ordering then.
Well, I mean, I do notice that about you.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'll be like, well, we'll fill up this,
So you speak it
tomorrow.
I'm probably
like, okay, when it breaks, we'll fill it up.
Because it's like I'm a huge procrastinator, but when you go through life mostly successful and it only bites you in the ass a few times, you just gamble. You're just like, this almost never matters. And usually without all the worrying, like it usually actually works out great.
Yeah.
And every once in a while it totally doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a disaster. So yeah, you like printing.
Yeah, I like printing, and Ryan is a financial advisor. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So Ryan is a financial advisor. And I felt like after I saw a lot of these comments, he and I have had many conversations about how I've raised my kids at this point in my life. What all of the financial discussions around Maddox, Marley, college, figuring out what to do. Do I help her with a car? Do I figure out living situation? Do I do anything? And it's so overwhelming to me. And truth is, I don't know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
This is like I said, Maddox is on a mission. Me with Marley figuring out what's next is like her. Actually, she was set to go to college this fall. She graduated in May, set to go to college right now. And I had actually come up with some rules around it that had her doing something different first. But anyway, this conversation, the reason I'm bringing Ryan in is he is a certified and totally legal, he said,
Dude, that
financial
makes it
advisor.
I am certified financial planner.
Yeah.
It's actually the
Yeah. And
the
actually,
meaningless
he's had a
designation.
podcast for 10 years
Yeah. Yeah.
on the topic.
On financial stuff
Yeah.
for a decade. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
been a long
figured
time.
you were a really good person to bring on because the
Thank you.
comments. And I'm going to go through the story again.
Yeah. So here's the questions. Where did this come about? Where did this Marley story? How did Marley end up where she's at? These were some of the questions. You want me to read them? Actually,
well,
you want to go through them? How did she end up where she's
okay.
at? How did you decide to do what she's doing?
This is perfect.
Where like why is she there? Why didn't she go to college first? What were
Okay.
her options? Did she have college money? How did you decide to pay for it? How did you teach her? Why did she go where she go?
Let's do this.
What's the program she's in?
Okay.
What is it? Are you scared?
Well, okay.
Do
you want me to answer these questions?
Yeah, I'm just throwing them out.
Okay.
This is just like a thought bubble.
Now I'm getting my ADHD is going everywhere. Okay. So what made Marley want to go? So Marley is currently in Thailand as of the recording. She actually left to Thailand a handful of days ago.
Yeah.
She's doing so great. She was very, very nervous to go. I talked about this in another podcast.
Has she ever gone somewhere big like that before?
Nope, not on her own. This is her very first time. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
So a little bit about it, because I think this is important and a lot of you guys asked about this.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Marley went to Thailand it's an organization called International Language Program. So ILP. And ILP, it's an organized group, a charitable group that takes, I think Mars is with a group of 8 girls her age. They're all college age girls. And every single day they're actually teaching kids. They're school teachers.
They live on the school campus.
They live on school campus. Yeah. They, and a lot of people had asked how much it cost. It was, I believe it was $5,500 for Mars to go do this.
Yeah.
I did pay for this, and I'll tell you why I paid for this. What I am not paying for, Marley and her friends, I guess the thing to do, because a lot of girls from this a lot of girls from this area who've actually done this humanitarian trip have also done a lot of travel outside of. So they'll go do a week in Bali, or they'll do whatever it is. And apparently the travels are very inexpensive.
Oh, you're saying in addition to this, after the teaching portion is done.
So they're together Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Every weekend. It's a 4-month trip. Typically it's 3 months. This one is actually 4 months.
It's long.
Yeah, it is. But every weekend, as long as they have a group of 3 or more, they're able to go together. So they are never allowed to go anywhere alone, which I know is a question. A lot of people saying, are you concerned about her safety? Yeah. They are very protected, very watched, very guided. This organization, if you look it up online, there's very great reviews with this organization. But they are allowed to leave. They're allowed to travel. They're allowed to fly in groups of 3 or more.
Okay.
And from what we understood, we talked to some of the girls who had done this trip before. The everything, hotels, food, everything is so inexpensive there compared to what it is here.
Very inexpensive.
Yeah, I think the girl that we had spoken to, who also took the pictures, Marley's senior pictures, she did like many excess travels from flights to wherever they stayed to they did massages and food. And I think her total travels with like many different trips was like $1,000.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
yeah, because you can get on regional flights around there for $30-$40.
And I don't know where they were staying, but
there's hostels and
I think maybe that's what it was.
Probably in a group. You're mostly fine. Wait, I have a question. I don't know this. Did she bring this to you, or did you find this for her as a stipulation for something?
Yeah, that's really good. One of the things I want to say though about travel before I skip over it is Marley did not get a senior trip like Maddox did. Like I took we all went on a cruise. We did not do that for Marley because she wanted to do these extra travels. So
Oh,
what I
yeah.
told her though, because I already paid $5,500 for this humanitarian trip, which I want to talk about in a minute, because I know that's a lot of money to a lot of people. It is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
So how can people do it without if
Yeah.
they don't have that money? But Marley wanted to do extra travel. So in lieu of a senior trip, I basically said, I will pay half, like whatever you are willing to put in yourself to your extra travels, I will match it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not giving you $2,000. I'm not giving you $1,000. I'm not giving you $500. Whatever you like, I wanted her to feel, number one, like she's working for it. Number two, like she's gonna budget what she's doing because it's her money in.
She'll take it more. She'll be more responsible with it.
Yeah, and she's tried a few times to be like, well, you, because I did say up to a certain amount.
It's
to
funny how they
$1,000.
push though.
Yeah. And Marley would be like, well, yeah, you're going to be putting $1,000 in my account. I'm like, no.
I
said, this is like,
read the fine print.
Yeah, this is reimbursement. Like you buy it with your card. You show me the receipt.
Yeah.
And I'll pay you back for half, kind of a thing. So anyway, that's what I'm doing for Marley for her travels and stuff. And actually, you know this. We kind of there are all these extra expenses that Marley wants, right? Like she wanted this. I let her know I was going to pay for her phone plan, like the one here in America. I'll pay for the base. Any overage, she's responsible for. And I recognize she, we kind of would butt heads on this because she would be like, well, you're making me do this trip, which we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm not making her. But that would be her argument during those times because it was my strong suggestion to do this. She's like, you're making me do this. Why do I have to pay? And that's a hard thing for me because I want to take care of every single cost that she has. I do. But she just spent, I don't know how many months in summer break leading up to this trip, not having a solid job. And so I wanted to make sure Marley did not, like, you don't just lay around all day. And this is my thing to her. I'm not having you lay around all day and then having me pay for this, pay for new clothes, pay for all the supplies. So we had a deal. Like I would pay for a couple $100 worth of clothes. End of story, right? I ended up budging on that because we went to Brandy. We did a Brandy haul.
Well, then there was like supplies.
I made her pay for supplies.
Yeah.
Because there were other things I covered. She's like, well, you said you were going to pay for all supplies. I said, great, I will.
Yeah.
Pay me back for these things.
Yeah.
And I'll pay for supplies. I'll pay for them. So I'm trying so hard to balance. And the money, like $100 for this, I did tell her at one point, I'm like, I don't need your $100. I do not need it. But I want you to understand the value of what I want you to understand the value of what you're putting into this, what we're putting into this. And number two, I want you to feel proud of what you're doing. Yeah, I want her to feel proud of what she's doing.
She does.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I could see it in her face. Like she knows that like her phone, her extra plan, her eSIM in Thailand, she's paying for 100% of that.
Yep.
And as much as she hated it and threw it in my face 10,000 times before she left, there's a part of her that's so proud. She figured it out.
Yeah.
If I would have paid for it, do you know what would have happened?
Oh, yeah.
I would have had, well, you figured it out for her.
we figured out the technology part. Well, what would have happened is you would have paid, what did we figure out? Triple the cost for the international plan on the phone plan.
And she
wouldn't have cared. She would have been like, I don't care if mom pays 140.
Yeah.
Because she cares if she pays 35.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was $120 for AT&T a month.
Yeah.
Or something like 120. And the eSIM was $35.
$35.
She's not, guess what? She's not going to do. And I had told her, if you go over this number on my phone bill, I'm going to show it to you and you pay. And none of this was said meanly, but it was like, hey, here's the agreement.
It just lights a fire under them, which,
she's careful. She's not going to hit roaming charges now because she pays.
Well, and she was really careful about screenshotting all of her settings. Like, is this button right? Should I toggle this thing? Yeah. It lights a fire so that they take responsibility. They take it seriously. It's kind of like the certification she did before she left.
Oh gosh, that's a whole story.
Is that a different subject?
No, let's talk about it.
Because it's like the same. It's like the same thing. If that incentive wasn't there, I mean, it was all on her to go do it. And there was so much pushback.
So I feel like
it's impossible. I can't do it.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
I think that's so good. So Marley, I mean, there are so many, I feel like in so many ways I push my kids to, but I did not push them and force them.
I don't think it's like that.
My philosophy is I push my kids and I give them options, but my job as a mom, as I see it, is to lay out the reality. I'm here as like training wheels and a soft landing. But I'm going to lay out the reality because you're going to go into the real world and either be prepared for what life is going to hand you, or
Yeah.
you're not, and you're going to fall on your face, right?
Mhm.
So Marley's senior year, let's just rewind a little bit. This is good. This is
Yeah.
actually great because I did the same thing
Was
with
that
Maddox.
submitted on the paper? Or did that come from
No,
my? Okay.
but it all connects.
Good.
It all connects.
Okay.
So Marley's senior year,
Yeah.
Marley had done cheer.
Mhm.
Like all 3
Mm.
years of high school. She was a cheerleader, 9th grade, 10th, 11th. It's very important for me, and it was important for Chris. We were huge because, you know, those kids were with Chris 90% of the
Mhm.
time until he and I divorced. And
Yeah.
then that's when they kind of started going 50-50. But we made them always be in a sport,
Mhm.
always.
Did you do sport or music, or did you do both?
Well,
You have really
they
very
it was
multi-talented
always
kids. So
we did both typically, but like what I did for my okay, I'm so it was either
Okay.
or.
All right,
Now with Cash, it has switched because Cash is so adamant that he doesn't always want to do a sport, which is interesting.
Mm.
He's in football right now, and we'll get to that in another episode.
time.
But like my stance has turned to is if you want, because I pay for your phone, I pay for your car, I pay for all of these things, right? And I'm not the kind of parent who's like, I'm just going to pay and you get to run all over me and do it. No, there are rules associated with it. There's certain respect that I need. Like, I'm paying for your phone. You better answer the phone. Like, if you want to pay for it yourself, you don't have to answer, right? But if I'm paying for your phone, the reason I pay for your phone is I want to know that my child is safe. So at all times you keep location on.
Yeah.
At all times you keep red receipts. And at all times when I call, I don't care if you're in a movie. You text me back if you can answer it. You be attentive. Like keep it on, have a setting where it vibrates, because I need to know that when that movie theater has no location found, I need to know that my kid's safe.
Yeah.
You know? So I am very, very strict on that. So Maddox, up until his senior year, he played football. Senior year, he did not play football. And so I made him, one of the things was before senior year hit, I said, okay, you don't have to play football, but in lieu of football, which is conditioning, it's camaraderie, there's like accomplishment with it, right?
Yep.
Like I get it. He's burned
Sacrifice,
out.
struggle, grind. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to make him do it. But I said, you need to choose something else to do. So Maddox actually came up with EVIT.
Okay.
He did East Valley Institute of Technology. He did radio and audio producing or recording. So he did a whole program, which is, didn't I tell you his teacher would call me and be like, he's so nice, he's so respectful, but he's always working on his own music. And this is not the program. So Maddox did EVIT the whole senior year. It's essentially like I think it's 5 hours a day. So it's like basically he did high school.
It's like football practice.
Yep. He did high school. He did EVIT. He came home and he did his tutoring so he could pass his grades. He graduated as a senior, which we never thought was going to happen ever. So accomplished, feeling so good about himself. He also was, here and there, he would go get workouts in, but like just as long as there was a focus where he wasn't sitting around doing nothing, right? Same thing with Marley. She cheered 9th, 10th, 11th grade, end of 11th grade, said, I don't know if I want to cheer my senior year. And I said, okay, totally fine. You got to pick something else to do. I don't know if I want to do it. And I said, okay, then you need to cheer. Or what was the other thing? I was going to have her do jujitsu. Did I ever tell you?
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
No way.
I said, you can either do cheer or jujitsu if you're not going to, because I really wanted her to do something at EVIT.
Yeah.
I loved what it did for Maddox. I love that he graduated feeling accomplished. She could have her hair license in a year. She could be a cosmetologist in a year, an esthetician.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, no, I don't want to. I said, okay, you either do cheer or jujitsu. And of course, you know what? Chris was driving it in with me. He's like, oh, Mars, you'd be so great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so Marley begrudgingly decided to do aesthetics at EVIT.
I thought you were going to say jujitsu. I thought you were going to say she started.
Hell
okay. Yeah.
no.
I can't.
She would never be caught dead
ever. In a gi.
No. Which would have been
Rolling.
so awesome for her.
For sure.
I was like,
She'd
let's do
probably crush it.
self-defense.
Yeah,
Like,
she'd probably be amazing.
I like something to teach her how to defend.
Yeah.
And not that I need her to do cheer.
Yeah.
But I also threw out volleyball. Go do volleyball. Do some
Stay
organized
busy, accomplish something, learn what it feels like to
Yes.
earn your own stuff and sacrifice and have hard days that you still have to get up for because that's life.
Yeah. So she ended up doing EVIT. She like bitching and moaning and kicking and screaming and she was not happy with me. She ended up doing it. wait, why did we get on this topic? Why are we talking about Eva again?
Well, that was part of it. You were talking about the things you gave her options, but she had to pay her own consequences. And so I asked about the certifications from EVIT.
Okay.
Because that was one of the stipulations to
is for.
leaving and getting some stuff paid for.
So she ended up graduating EVIT, which if you're listening to this and you follow social media, you remember it was a really cute pink gown. So she graduated. What I didn't realize is that when you graduate EVIT, you're not an esthetician.
Yeah.
And so when that graduation happened, I said, when do you get your certificate? And she's like, oh, I have to take the state boards. And then typical Marley was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to take the state boards though until I get back from Thailand. Because we decided to go to Thailand at the time.
Yeah.
Right. Which we'll talk about why she
why,
made that. Not yet.
Yeah, I'm not. You got to rein me in.
Yeah.
Same.
So she told me she was going to wait till after Thailand. I said, no, you're not. I mean, you can, because I can't say no, you're not. I said, great, you can wait till after Thailand, but I'm only paying for these extra travels or my portion, and I'll only pay for the extra clothes. If you like the whole agreement was that she was graduated, she'd done all these things, right? That's what a senior trip and all the extra is you have done all these things. You are ready. You like that chapter's closed. I didn't know that chapter wasn't closed. You're not really graduated yet. Get those boards done if you want me to pay these extra $1,000+ which ended up being a lot more because of the Amazon, all that stuff. And it always ends up being more.
Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want me to pay that, if you want help with this extra fun stuff, you got to get your boards done. And she,
and there were 2 of them.
Well, and she first said, there's none I can
there's
get
no
into.
Way. Yeah.
No way. I said, okay, no worries.
Yeah, there's literally no test offered.
No test.
Until I'm gone.
Then she
can't do it.
Board number 1.
Yeah.
She ended up doing it. Passed.
Which she said she was going to fail.
She said she was going to fail.
For sure. She was convinced.
Passed it.
Yeah, passed it.
Did great.
Remember how excited she was? Like, so she, again, proud of herself.
Wait, but are you talking about the second one?
This first one, too.
Okay, first, yes. Yep. Then the second one happened. And actually, she was not, remember, like, this is 2 weeks before she's leaving.
Yeah.
I had said to her, hey, how are the boards? She's like, I'm going to have to wait till I'm done. And I said, okay, that's fine. Just a reminder. It was like, no, you said, Mom, you said, da-da-da. I said, hey, final answer. I'm not going to argue this again. Final answer. And you can be mad.
I remember you texting
you can
that,
tell me what you think I said. Yeah, I said
I was sitting,
but this is
final
my
answer.
rule.
Yeah.
Final answer. So what'd she do? She's like, there's no way. We're not going to be able to figure it out. The next day, we find out she has her board scheduled. So she gets in for the board, which she said was impossible. Goes and takes her board. Calls after she's done. She failed her board. This is like a week later. So now she failed her second board. And she's like, I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait till I get back. There's no way. Between now and when I leave, there's just no openings. I already talked to people. I can't even email. I can't call. And I said, okay. I said, that's totally fine by me. It just means that you're paying for your travels. Wait, what? Wait, what? I'm paying for my fun I said, Mars, this is
they push. They just test and push and push. Can I ask you a question? Do you think, like, when she scheduled her boards on the second time, like, she didn't study, she didn't try. I mean, that's
what I was gonna get at.
Okay, then just keep going.
No,
so I was just curious if you think that it was almost like, all right, Mom just said, I'll hurry and do it. I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna study. Because she didn't think she was going to pass the second ones because they were harder.
Yeah, I think she thought she was going to pass the second. I think she thought because the first one she passed, I think she thought she didn't need to study.
I thought
she would pass the second.
I was curious if you thought maybe she was just trying to appease you and didn't care if she tried to pass her.
No, I think she really thought it was going to be as easy as the first one was, and it wasn't. And I think in her mind, what I ended up telling her, she's like, Mom, that's just not fair. I have 1 week left. I said, hey, Mars, you have been home for how many months? You have had much freedom.
And that's been the rule the whole time.
Yep. You've stayed out very late many nights. Because I give freedom there. She's an adult. She's almost 19.
Yeah.
And I said, you knew you had these boards. And so this is not on me. My rules haven't changed.
Yeah.
What I'm offering to give you has not changed. Like, you knew what you needed to put in and you didn't do it. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so told us there's no way. There's no way I can schedule another board. I said, you can figure this out. I trust you.
This was like 5 days before she left.
5 days before. Guess what she did? She figured it out.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
When I realize with my kids, when I give them an out,
they won't
when
go.
I save them,
well, and it's human
they
nature.
don't grow.
Of course not. Yeah.
And that was the thing I always go back to. As a teen, I left the house
Mm-hmm.
right after I graduated and I got nothing. I didn't have a car. I had to ride the bus to ASU. I had to flounder
Mm-hmm.
and I figured it out. And so there's this part of me, I want to coddle my kids. I want to give them everything. I want to buy them the things. And also, I recognize that like that's not going to have them growing and figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
I like loved this whole thing with Mars because then how proud was she when she passed her boards?
Oh,
So,
beaming,
so
beaming.
proud.
And she was adamant that there was no testing windows. And it was just like, sorry, Mom,
They're not going to
tried.
reply to me.
They're not going to do any. It's impossible. And yeah, it was within 5 days that she took it again and passed.
Yeah.
Really similar thing with her ticket.
What ticket?
Do you remember her ticket that she got?
Oh, the car ticket.
Yeah.
Which I should probably.
That's what I mean, it's the same principle is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that she got I think it was a speeding ticket.
I think it's speeding.
But it was a photo radar.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell on myself right now. This is something moms might not like what I did. I don't even know if you knew this.
Okay.
So Marley had told me, she's like, Mom, I got flashed. Let's just ignore it. And I'm like, no. I mean, if it has your name, fine. You can ignore it because you get to deal with the consequences.
I got flashed. Oh, when you drive
She
under them,
saw
it
it.
flashes
Yep.
the thing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So a couple weeks later, to my mailbox comes a ticket.
Yeah.
With it's claiming it's me. So it has Heidi Lynn Lane.
Oh.
And it has a picture of Marley because we're both blonde. So it's saying that it's me. It's clearly Marley, number one. Number two, she's going 50 miles an hour in a 35, running a red light. And number three, she has her phone up like this. And I was like, if it was just like 7 over the speed limit, I'd be like, I don't recognize this person, which is, I don't know, people might.
Fine.
But you know what I did? I identified her. It says, if it's not you, do you identify this person? So I said,
oh, hell yeah.
Yes, I do.
No, so good.
Marley, because, you hear all the time, oh, you can just let those go. And I did not want to let that go because I didn't like that she had her phone up.
No, especially that.
Yeah.
And speeding.
Speeding,
and it was
phone
nighttime.
up, red light,
yeah.
and it was late. I'm sure there was no one on the road.
Yeah.
But I did not like that. So I actually identified her and I let her know. I said, hey, heads up. I identified you. Wait, what? Why did you do that? I said, because Mars, this is a big deal. If you do not pay money, if you don't have some consequence for that behavior, you're going to keep doing it and you're going to kill someone. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to hurt someone so bad. So I want you to pay this. So you have a consequence. So ticket comes. I give it to her to kind of figure out.
Yeah.
A month or two goes by.
It's kind of like the boards. Yeah. She's like, yeah.
Yeah. A month or two goes by. And I check in with her. I'm like, hey, this is right before she left too. Like 3 weeks, a month before.
Yeah.
Did you get that ticket paid? She's like, no. I'm like, are you going? You better figure it out because there's a court date if you don't. Wait, what?
Yeah, she had no idea.
He said, did you read the ticket? You got to appear in court if you don't pay the ticket. Oh my gosh. So she looking for I don't even know where it is. She's looking for the ticket over and over. Freaking out. Later on, she's like, can I ask? She was going to ask Alexa to get the ticket. I said, no.
Yeah.
You're not asking someone who works for me. That's a habit she's gotten into. She just texts them for everything, returning her returns to Amazon. And I've gotten to the point where I'm like,
use Mom's team.
Your own damn Amazon purchases. But she's like, can I just ask Alexa to get it? I said, no. If you can't find your ticket, you figure it out. I don't even know where to go. I said, chat GPT it. I could have told her all the things, but also I always use the term solution architect. If you have a problem, we all have the capabilities to figure out how to solve it. Chat GPT, great resource.
Yeah.
Safari, great resource. She's like, I just don't even know. I said, figure it out. Like I could have even been like, find the city, go to the police
call this place and use this number.
Yeah. I didn't know. And I said, if you get stuck, come to me. And so guess what? 24 hours later, do you remember this?
Yeah, she just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just found the ticket.
What'd we end up asking her? Like she had already
she just walked in and was like, I did it. I found the ticket. She emptied her room.
No.
Oh, she didn't find it?
No. This is even better. She did not find the ticket. She went down to the police
station. She was freaking out because she couldn't find it.
Yes.
Oh, she had emptied her whole room out.
Emptied the whole
drawers,
room.
everything under the bed. Like she was freaking out. I remember because she couldn't find it. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. She ended up figuring out which city it was, called multiple police stations, multiple cities, went down, whatever it is, the courthouse. I don't even know. But she went down picked up a copy of her ticket.
Yeah.
And I only knew because she's like, oh, yeah, I'm doing XYZ. She had to do the driving school, the online driving school. I'm like, you found it? She said, no, I went and I had to go pick up a copy of it. She figured it out.
Of course. So capable. Like they're so
I love it.
capable. It's just human nature and it's teenagers. If you give them an out, they'll take the easier way.
Yeah.
For sure. Why wouldn't you?
Give them an inch, they take a mile.
Give a mouse is that the book?
Cookie? That's me. Give a
Yeah.
mouse a cookie.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So I feel like we should finally get to the main question.
Where are we at?
We're good.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's good. So what was the main question? Well, there's a pile of them on the ground.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted to know why, and I think it's important to know why Marley went, why she did Thailand. So we know what Thailand is. We talked about it. I gave you guys the organization. I do think it's really safe. I know there's a lot of there's a lot going on with Cambodia, Thailand right now. If it makes anyone feel better. I mean, number one, the organization is very communicative about all of that. We did a lot of research. Marley's very far from
very far
the Cambodian border. I
mean, there was the whole organization and 16 plus parents researching and thinking about and watching this stuff for 2 months before they left. So why Marley ended up going to Thailand. Okay. So graduation, this is at probably December time. I think I've told you all this, maybe, but maybe not. So I'm going to tell you like I haven't told you before. But in December, Marley was kind of planning for fall. She was trying to figure out where she was going to go. Yeah, post-graduation.
Yeah, to be clear, let me just talk about this for a second, and we'll dive more into this in a minute because people had a lot of questions about. My kids all have it's with Merrill Lynch. I don't know. You can do it with any bank, right? I don't know. A 529 account? Okay.
Well, yeah, they're administered through the states and then they're held at lots of different banks.
Okay, so I want to talk more about this in a moment because there were
great. That's why I'm here. I mean, that's
questions.
why I've been sitting in this car for the last 53 minutes is because I'm here to answer 2 minutes of specific questions. That's my role today. Okay. And if we get there or not, I don't know.
I think we will. So my kids, all 4 of them have 529 college savings account. So what is a 529?
Yeah, it's a college savings plan. They're administered through the states and they just have special advantages depending on the state you live in. They have special tax advantages, like you can put money into them and take them out tax-free for qualified expenses. And they've been in the news a lot lately with recent legislation just because the things you can use them for are becoming more and more open, less restrictive. So in the past, it was like you can only use this for a college-related expense and not books and not. Now it's like you can use it for K through 12 expenses, tutoring. You can. It's become very, very flexible. Where in the past they weren't flexible financial accounts for kids. So they're becoming a lot more useful to parents and kids.
Well, and see, I didn't know that much about it. My dad and mom had
who started them, by the way?
My dad and mom had 529 set up for all me and my siblings. And so background, I had a 529. I don't even know how much was in it, maybe $20,000. I blew through it so fast. I was a straight A student in high school, left eating disorder, like drug addiction style eating disorder, not actual drugs, but it's all that consumed my life. I did not know where I was going. I had no direction. I went to ASU, got D's and F's, I blew all of my money. I ended up going to Utah, going to UVSC.
Do you remember how you spent it? Like where it went?
My dad did all of that. So I have no idea. I just know that there was tuition and then eventually I ran out.
Like housing, tuition?
No, just tuition. Just tuition. Yeah. And it ran out rather quickly.
It's not cheap.
And then from that point forward for me, my dad was like, okay, he did tuition reimbursement. So my dad would say, if you get an A, then Heidi, you pay for your school, whatever it costs. University of Phoenix was like $900 a credit hour or for 3 credit hours back then. Pay for school. If you get an A, not a B, not a C, nothing, A, then I will pay you back. So that was kind of going forward what happened. But yeah, and even my college 529 account, I think this is really important to know because this is what I modeled for my kids. I didn't even know what it was. I had no idea what a 529 was. He just said it was a college account, right? Yeah. And so at the end of every year, my dad would say, how much of your money that you've saved do you want to put into your Merrill Lynch account? And if I put $1,000 in of money I had saved doing laundry or working or whatever it was, my dad would match $500.
Okay.
So if my
Yeah.
brother put in 200, he'd match 200. And anytime throughout the year when I had extra money, I could put $5,000 in and he would put 5,000 in.
Mm.
Right. So the more we put in, the more it grew because he was doubling it kind of, which I loved.
Mhm. It's like a company
but
match
yeah.
in a 401k or something.
And I feel like it is. Yeah. I completely, I think blew mine because I just didn't know, honestly, I didn't know up from down when I was that age. I literally was asleep in life. You and I have had talks about this. Let me take a drink of water.
Commercial break.
And I think my biggest thing is I didn't want my kids to go through the same thing. In fact, there were a few people that responded. One of those papers down there. And there were 2 people who responded that went to high school with me and were friends with me. And like one of them. Okay. So I went to high school with, a friend of mine, said, it's so true, Heidi. We all had no plan after high school. And it was really hard. It was a really hard time feeling like I was going nowhere fast. I love that you're encouraging her to do this before college. That's like, I had 3 brothers, no sisters. All 3 of my brothers graduated from high school, went on a mission. Like my dad, I think, had incentive for each of them. It wasn't just go serve the Lord. My dad really was like, and it could be, there's no right or wrong. My dad felt like, actually, and he would tell the boys, you're either going on a mission or you're going into the army. Like you need real world experience.
You got to leave
before,
do something.
And my dad did not go on a mission. And I think for him, like
was he military?
No, but we raise our kids in a way that will help them avoid the pain
the things that we did.
felt. And so my brothers all went on missions.
That's our hope, at least.
Yeah, I know.
And we cause other pain in the meantime.
I know we do. I know.
Avoid this one and I'll give you another one. Yeah. It's okay.
But so my kids all had 529 accounts. I did not want them to blow them the way that I did. And as Marley was in her last semester of her senior year, she was kind of contemplating and saying, for a while, she's like, I think I'm just going to move to Hawaii. I'm not going to get a job. I'm going to do online school. And I'm like, hell no, you're not. Like, yeah, you can. And I had to be careful because my dad told me, hell no, you're not. My dad said, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And I heard that and I was like, ooh, I got to go do it now because he said, I can't. He said, I can't do it. I can't move out of the house. I can't figure it out on my own.
That's the high I'm Heidi.
But I was never blatantly, I would never say it to him. In my mind, I was like, I got to figure it out now. And I was so kind, so sweet, so respectful because I didn't want to get in trouble. But I did first tell Marley, hell no, you're not. And then I had to be like, oh, there's Grant Lane. I need to reel myself in. So I said, or you can, but you're going to have to figure out how to pay for it. And you can do that. But like, if you want to figure out living and all that stuff. And so then I ran through I told Marley a few different plans and I kind of kept going back on my word because I would have a realization. But then I was like, okay, wait, hold on. You can go to college. I'll pay for housing. I'll pay for car. And then so we had this all set. And then I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not teaching her. Like I had to figure out how to pay for housing. I had to figure out how to pay for my car right out of like I got tuition paid for. So why don't I do that? And then I'm like, she's just going to blow her money. So what I ended up doing for her is I said, here's the amount. They all have their 529 account. Maddox and Marley have 2. My parents, before my dad died, set up one for Maddox and Marley. Cash and Ruby weren't born yet. And then Chris and I set up one for all 4 of the kids. And same thing goes, as the kids would put money in, I would match it. Chris and I together would match it. And then I carried it on after Chris and I divorced. So Maddox and Mars have a decent amount between what my parents did for them
and what you did
and what I did and they did for themselves. Chris and I did and they did for themselves. And it's enough to cover all 4 years if they are careful. Yes. And to be clear, the money grows, right? So it's not just an account that's saving.
Yeah.
It's an account that grew each year. It was invested in different things. And so I gave Marley the amount. I said, here's what you have between both of your 529 accounts. Cause then she wanted to go to UVU, which do you know how expensive a semester?
I was so surprised when you told me. I was shocked.
What is it, like 13,000 for a semester or something?
Yeah, it could be more.
Like 16.
And that's in-state. That's like resident in-state tuition. Right?
Okay, so Marley's, we were looking at out-of-state. Out-of-state was, maybe it was 18,000 for out-of-state. It was just insane.
College is so expensive.
Which in that case, Marley would get 2.5 semesters. Like that's how much she has. She would not get hardly anything.
Yeah.
And so her goal, her plan. I had told her, I said, go to BYU.
Mhm.
It's so cheap.
Mhm.
Go to BYU. It's very inexpensive. They have a flex program that, I mean, I think
Yep.
BYU is like $6,000 for a semester.
Yeah, it might be a little less than that actually.
Really?
Uh-huh.
It's insane. It's
Yeah.
really,
It's really cheap if you can get in. Yeah.
And then you can do, I think there's
And want
like
to be there.
there's a specific, what's it called? Grant? No, scholarship.
Hmm.
So, and for moms listening, there's something called WOOEY. I think it's WOEY, WOOEY. I don't know. Look up a variation of it. My sister-in-law told me about it, but it's something that would then, it would take UVU, so university. What is it?
Utah Valley University.
Yeah.
Used to be UVSC.
That's where I went.
Oh, that's where you went. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would take UVSC or UVU tuition down to close to BYU. I think it would make it 7,000 or 8,000 as opposed to whatever the 6,000 amount is. So it'd still be a little bit more. So Marley was looking into that. But basically I said, here's the amount that you have. You have now go research these schools that you're saying you want to go to. I like go Chat GPT, go Safari Online.
You did? You're like, oh, okay. You're like, go check those costs.
Because I said you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And I said, but the only like there are keys. This is a college savings account. It's partly your money. It's partly ours. There is a key to enter, and I'm trying to figure out what the keys are to open up the chest so you have it available. The very first thing I'm going to require you do, you have to figure out how to spread this over 4 years. And so I gave her the amount. She went to work. She's like, I'm still going to go to UVU. And then she like looked at all the prices and she came back. She's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm not going to UVU. And so then she was kind of like, okay, maybe I'll do BYU. They have a really great flex program. I guess you don't have to get, she was really worried about not being able to get into BYU because it's harder to get into.
Yeah, it can be harder. Yeah, the flex program is,
I think flex, you have to have like a 2.5 is all.
Yeah,
the
bar's lower and it's not, the acceptance rate is really, a lot of people get into it. And then you still get like, you still get like your student card and you get to go to the athletics and have access to the campus and everything.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was even talking to Maddox on his mission because I did the same thing to him a couple months ago. I said, here's the amount that you have because he was talking about college. He's like, I'm going to go to UVU. I'm like, okay, let's have the same conversation I had with Mars. Here's what you have. Look into it. And he was like, okay, Maddox came back with a plan the next week. He's like, I'm going to do potentially BYU flex for 1 year, get my residency, and then switch to UVU, which I think is a really good plan.
Yeah, real smart.
But like they're thinking about things that if I was doing all of this for them,
or they had unlimited funds. Yeah.
Yes.
They would just go spend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'd waste it. Right. So like I'm putting them in the driver's seat with kind of training wheels.
It's like when you travel with the company card versus your own card.
That's
like, I'll get this rental.
I know. I've always had that frustration. I'm like, I wish people would spend my money like it's theirs, you know?
Yeah.
You have to like incentivize them to do that.
Yeah, it's got to be your own money.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll get the expensive rental and stand in line. Even if someone shows you a better deal, a shorter line.
I'm like, what? We're going to save. Okay, that's another story for another day.
Okay.
So Mars.
Yeah.
So her first step was to do that. And then as she was kind of doing that research, I did some more thinking. I don't even know. I don't know how this came about. I was loving that Maddox was 6 months into his mission at this time and seeing just the shift in who he was. And then I started thinking about the things that I wish I would have done. I wish I would have done something that would have given me real world experience before I went and wasted money, before I went and all of it worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. You know, I'm here. I love where I'm at. And so I had found this program. I don't remember. My friend was over decorating my house for Christmas.
Is this the question I asked a long time ago? Who brought it up? You or Marley?
Yeah, I brought it up.
You found it.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is the story.
So my friend is over decorating for Christmas. And she and I was just explaining like how difficult of a time I was having figuring out how to raise kids, adult kids, and knowing how much do I pay for? How do I make sure they don't waste it? And, you know, there's a part of me, like I've always, not always, I'm a single mom in the financial sense with these two kids and in a lot of senses with these two kids specifically. Right. I have to figure everything out on my own. And I hated the heaviness and the responsibility of having to be the mom and the dad. I'm like, I don't have someone like my dad. My mom had my dad. to help bounce ideas off of and figure out financially what was best. It's me. It's all me figuring out how to do this. And I don't want to mess it up. I want them to get the most out of it. So I was actually talking to Marnie, and I was just explaining everything. And, she's like, I just think she's like, I think you should just feel into it. She's like, there are these really great humanitarian, because I said, I really wish Marley would go on a mission, is what I said. And then she told me about these humanitarian trips that they have. And she went on decorating Christmas the rest of the day. I left for a while. And as I was in the car driving, I was like, oh, that's it. That's it. I came back to her and I said, okay, I've been thinking. I think this is what I'm going to say to Mars. I think I'm going to tell her, this money here is yours. I'm going to pay for books. I'm going to pay for tuition. I'm no longer going to pay for, because we had been talking about all this. I'm not going to pay for living expenses. I'm not going to pay for car. You're going to have to get a part-time job, but I will pay for these other things as long as you either go on a mission or do a humanitarian trip.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. If you can come up with another alternative that gives you real world experience, then I will pay for these things, because you don't have the ability as an 18-year-old. Most 18-year-olds don't have the ability to appreciate money going into college. You just don't. Some of them do. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
And so it's almost like my thought was, what can help her appreciate? I mean, she's like buying clothes and face products and BlackRock every day and Cafe Rio for lunch. How can I help her actually appreciate money a little bit better, and appreciate, not that I need her to appreciate me, but how can I get her to appreciate what we've put into providing this opportunity, so she values it as she's going through it. So yeah, I talked to her that night and I let her know. And
what was that like?
Oh, I mean,
was that like out of the blue for her? Did that seem crazy to her?
Well, typical Mars, she's like, well, you told me. That's usually what Marley does. Hold on, you promised me. So first it was met with a lot of resistance.
Yeah.
She was really upset for 5 minutes. I'm not kidding you, Ryan. After 5 minutes, because what I said to her is, I said that and I said, and Mar, not only is it like incredible for you to have the experience and see what the world is like, I've never gotten to do anything like this. I love this for you. You're going to, whatever. I said, also, if you go to a place like Thailand, like, go look at these girls' Instagram accounts that have done this. The beautiful beaches, the things that they're exploring. Like, you're going to go live. You're going to be out of the home. You're not going to have my rules. You're going to get to like have fun and explore the world. Like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So she fought me for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, she was like, okay. She's like, I actually think I'll like it. And so she about faced so fast, was so excited. She chose that over a mission. Was so excited. And the only time she ever like threw it in my face was when like finances would come up. She's like, you're making me go. And I'm like, hold on.
I didn't choose to do this. Yeah.
So I'd have to tell her, I'm not making you. You don't have to go.
Yeah.
It just means you got to figure more out on your own.
The military,
which you can do.
Or mission.
Yeah. I figured it out on my own.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why that's why she's going. Yeah. And actually, besides that last week, you saw she was very stressed. Very stressed.
Yeah, it's a gigantic adventure.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary for an 18-year-old kid to do.
But she did so good.
Well, she handled everything. It was like that last week, from her boards, the ticket stuff, all of her airline stuff,
everything.
the luggage situation. She somehow got she had, I mean, how many suitcases she ended up with? 4?
First she had, and I did buy all the suitcases. She found the cheapest ones. She found she had bought 3 massive, those big ones.
She had 3 of those?
3 arrived. And I was like, Marley, how many are you allowed to bring? And so she ended up returning one of them. And then she's like, I might need you to buy another. I said, I'm paying for 2. So this whole way, I'm finding things to be like, I'm paying for 2. Yeah. I will pay for 2 to be checked. If there are any more besides, oh shit, I paid for her 3rd one to be checked.
Did you when you checked in?
Yes, that's okay. It's okay.
You see those bonuses when they don't expect it, then it's fun to give because they don't expect it.
Yeah. So she had the 2 big ones.
Yeah.
She ended up, and then how many more did she?
Well, she had the 2 big ones, and she had that other white one. Was it blue or white? Out of your garage. That's yours. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You remember that fight? She
Yeah,
was like,
oh, yeah.
can I bring one of our suitcases? I was like, no.
Hell no, you
I'm
cannot.
usually no right away. And then Ryan was like, it's a small suitcase.
I don't know. You've got like 14 where all the transform jugs used to be that your son sold. I mean, there's a few suitcases. Now, we do know that you use most of those when you travel for a couple days.
I use 3. I do use 3, but I do never use that white one.
You do never
the white
use
one
the well, that's true.
that she brought.
Yeah.
I don't use that. You
Yeah.
were right. And I have to say one thing about you being my friend in my life. You have completely softened how I am with Marley. Like, it's interesting because I have said Marley, she moved in with me full time, and we're so different. And right, at least surfacey, Marley and I are different, right? We butt heads.
Yeah, you butt heads in the way that you're the same.
Yeah, yeah. And I mentioned it on the last podcast episode. She, in some ways, has felt harder, and maybe the things that are hard are it's like it's the characteristics that I have as an adult. We're both just strong. We're both opinionated. Yeah. We both don't take no for an answer.
Yeah, which is funny. Like you said, on the surface, she's just such a quiet, soft one, but she has a very strong, like, I don't care, I'm not doing that kind of will, or like, no, yeah, I am doing that.
Yeah.
Very, and that's you.
Yeah. Yeah. But the last however many months since Mars has lived with me, like, I needed, it's been awesome. But it's been like especially awesome for the both of us because you have helped me see parts of her that I couldn't see. Like, you see her softness, you see her. Yeah, I think especially with our older kids, sometimes we're used to holding them to a certain standard, being super tough on them.
Yeah.
And so that I've been more that way with her and less that way with Ruby, for example.
The young ones get away with everything.
I appreciate it because you have a handful of times been like,
yeah,
okay, here's what she's saying here. I don't know what you're hearing.
She might be saying this.
She might be saying this.
Maybe there's another way to hear this.
Yeah. And so it was a big like, oh, so actually my ability to say sorry to her more has increased since you've been in my life. And Marley has softened up big time since we've known you. Big time. You are like a softening agent for people. You really are.
Thank you.
Like, I've never seen her so open, and it's like this is the first time maybe ever in her almost 19 years. I feel like she feels safe being a little girl, like a kid. That's what I've like seen over the past 4 months.
Yeah, she seems like such a kid.
Yeah,
just a kid,
which has helped. And you do that for me.
Yeah,
you make me feel like I can be a kid. And so I feel like it's given this awesome connection between me and Marley over the past however many months, where we're just 2 teen girls together. We have so much fun. And then I'll snap into no, it's like
you're like, wait, no, I'm your mother.
Yeah. But it's been so I was saying, like,
cute.
Marley needed this time with me. I needed this time with her as a mom. I really did. I needed to feel like I had this connection with her. And we both needed you so we didn't kill each other.
I think you guys have done. It's so cute to watch that. You both did so good.
And it's been so helpful to be able to bounce financial things off of you too.
Yeah.
Ryan, the finance guy.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Again, that's why I'm sitting in the car right now. That's what we're doing. Okay. Were there more questions around this side of things? Why Marley left? There was a lot of questions, like why
we talked about
the choices.
That.
Yeah, I think you hit them all.
More about 529 accounts in the podcast.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's go through some of these questions here to like set this up here. More about 529s.
I love more info on Marley's trip. Currently have a senior who doesn't have much of a plan, but I also don't want him to feel like he's pressured to go to college, and maybe something like this would be good for him before he makes a choice. There were a few people that said things like this. So another one. Okay, not that.
Look how well this is printed. I think you're out of, what color is that out of? Your 529 skin stuff. Is purple in that one. Okay, 529.
More raising or saving money.
Oh yeah, starting to save money when they're kids.
This is
So tough.
I need a podcast on this, please. My daughter is starting university in 2 weeks, and I don't want her to struggle as an adult like I or we have.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Something about real world experience. Same. A mission or humanitarian trip is the most selfless thing. That is the thing. This person said, I love this. Amazing. I agree 1000%. A mission or humanitarian trip is the most selfless thing and teaches them gratitude, grace, love, and so much more real world lessons that will carry them throughout their life. I wish more parents did this. My son left on an LDS mission to Panama a couple weeks ago. And although I'm terrified and also heartbroken he's gone, I know deep down this is the best growth experience he will have to set him up for his future. From one single mom to another, I just want to say I think you're amazing. Thank you.
Hey, shout out to Panama, though. Panama's a great country.
Yeah.
It's great there.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, Panama's wonderful.
Aww.
Yeah.
Marley's Humanitarian. More info on it. Yeah. So
Okay.
just more info. Let's see.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You were going to get
This
to.
is a good one too.
Yeah. What's that question? Then I'll ask mine.
I think more young people need to take a year between high school and college to do something for a cause bigger than themselves, unless they're absolutely certain they know what they want to do. And even then, a year in between gives them time to grow and learn about themselves. This person, Bruce Howard, said this beautifully.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some
There's a
kids
lot
who are like cut out as teenagers to just jump right into that and
Were you?
excel. No, not at all. And I did a couple semesters of college right after high school. Not at all.
Yeah.
I didn't. You just don't know how to value it. You know, you just don't know how to value life, and you don't know how to value a dollar or your time or all the decisions. But I love that. I think that's such a good. My question was, she picked Thailand out of what? Remember, you were going to talk about that.
So
what were the options?
I don't remember what all the options were.
'Cause Thailand's that's a huge choice.
I think one was Costa
I mean, how many
Rica.
hours? She didn't even get to the place until 35 hours later.
She left at like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
On, say, a Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
And she arrived at like, I swear it was like
Thursday morning.
Yeah, like 10 a.m. Thursday morning.
And
it was
they
like
still weren't even at the actual
almost
place.
36 hours of travel.
Yeah.
Or it was 36 hours total.
Yeah, it was crazy. But
3 flights, 7-hour bus ride.
Crazy.
She
Okay,
sent,
actually-
she sent that picture of her on the airplane with her stuffed bunny.
Yeah, isn't that the best part? They're adults and they're fighting on everything, but then they take like their blankies and their stuffed animals. She vacuum sealed.
She vacuum sealed her Minky Couture.
Minky.
We in fact another Target trip.
This one cracks you. This
Go and tell.
Well, she was convinced that there would be no treats.
Well, convinced there'd be no food.
No food, period.
No food.
That all the people in Thailand don't eat. There's no food there. You know?
So we did a Target trip.
Well, she was convinced she had to take an entire gigantic suitcase, 50 pounds worth of food to last 4 months.
70 pounds. We had to lighten it.
Yeah, we did.
So we're in Target though, but yeah, there were so many times where you're like, oh, look how cute she is. She had like, what was the mac and cheese?
Well, she grabbed like a 4-pack of microwave. Didn't even have a microwave. She'd grab like a 4-pack of microwavable mac and cheese, and she'd be like, "Mom, should I get 2 of these?" Oh, yeah, that's like
one.
That's like 4 to 8 days.
You're gonna be there for 4
This
months.
question is so irrelevant. You need like 100 of those.
Then her sun chips, all the things I was thinking, packing them.
They're gonna break.
Yeah.
All of them are just dust.
Crumbs.
All of popcorn, chips. Remember, she was getting like, what else was she getting? And it was kind of to the point where you weren't saying anything. You were just following behind her in the cart, just do it. Whatever.
I learned you have to like just shut up.
Because if you would have been like, this isn't gonna last you.
Yeah.
This is pointless. You're gonna eat these snacks in 4 days, which I'm sure it would have been a big fight. So it was kind of cute though. She was just pulling things off the shelf that would turn into dust in that, or melt, or be consumed within a week.
Yeah, and then she
None
tried
of it
pulling
would have
clear
been
protein off the shelf. I'm like, we have clear protein. Then she tried pulling like this Energy Celsius. I'm like, we have Boost Shot.
Mom's company makes this stuff.
She's like, okay, what about Liquid IV? We have hydration.
Mom's company makes this
it's
stuff.
It's not as cool when it's Mom's company.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah.
One day that'll be really cool.
But the best, there was one day, I don't remember what I was doing. I was working. You were working too. And she needed someone to help carry something or something. So you helped her carry something.
What was
And
that?
then, oh, no, she needed help weighing her
Oh, weighing the
suitcase.
suitcases. Yeah.
I'm listening to this from the other room because I'm like deep in work. You were deep in work too, but you stopped everything to go help her weigh the
It's
suitcases.
cute, you know. It's cute. Yeah, we had this bathroom scale, and I'd stand on it, and then I'd hold it, or we'd like weigh it on there. To her credit, because she removed. Okay, so she'd pull her like sheets out, and she'd be like, "Should I pull the cardboard packaging off my sheets?"
Yeah.
Or we'd put the protein in Ziploc baggies instead of the cases. It
And,
probably
like,
shaved off a pound, but
you think
I guarantee because that suitcase hit 50 pounds on the airport scale.
on the dot?
On the dot.
Yeah.
The other one was like 49.8.
It was.
It was so close.
But the
I was like,
things
how
you
did she
guys were
pull that off?
shaving out, I'm like, that's
It was
not gonna
hilarious.
But I didn't want to.
Heidi, she had so many pairs of shoes.
Did she take them all?
All. So many shoes.
Well,
And like bottles of like, and I understand some of this stuff is probably like hard to replace in another country. You don't know like certain, I would assume. As someone with hair, I don't really, you know, I don't.
She had a gallon of
She
shampoo.
had tons of
and a
shampoo
gallon
and
of
conditioner, which I'm sure. But then other things like body wash. She had like huge things of body wash. I'm like, you could probably just get this in Thailand.
And you
or
did
some
try
soap.
it. You tried to tell her at once. You're like, Mars, I'm pretty sure that they have.
Oh, well, we
stores there.
looked it
She's
up.
like, no.
We looked it up. There's huge malls.
But when
There's
you're
American
18.
store. Yeah, you know, it doesn't, you know, adults are dumb.
I remember I even had said, can you buy tampons in Thailand?
Oh, yeah.
She's like, you can't buy tampons.
Yeah, you can't get anything.
No, you can get them at the grocery store there.
Yeah,
It
they're
says.
like American brand.
Yeah, Tampax
Yeah.
are sold in Thailand.
It's right there. There's McDonald's. What did she say the other day? There's a McDonald's.
They're
There's
going to
a Shake Shack. There's a Cheesecake Factory.
Factory.
Like, see, it's good. So her 50-pound suitcase full of snacks was probably the funniest part.
There was an entire, I don't even know how, the Amazon order that because I had told her I would do one Amazon order
She's
for her.
chucking Sambas in there.
I don't even want to tell you how much that Amazon order was.
Yeah.
And when I dissected it, she did like, it was makeup wipes for 4 months. It was 4 bottles of face wash for 4 months. It was shampoo, everything for 4 months, as if she was going to be living in a tent.
Yeah. With no access
With
to the real world.
no access.
You can bring your own water too. I know.
I tried to tell her, and she wouldn't have it.
Yeah, of course not.
And then she needed like brand new.
Do you
white
think
shoes.
she'll come home with those suitcases?
What do you mean?
Like, how much do you think she'll give away and not bother trying to pack back home?
She'll pack it all back home.
Really?
Yeah.
So?
Well, because now she knows the value of $1 because she had to pay for some stuff.
That's true. At all,
she's not giving shit away.
So, do you want to finish talking about where she goes at the end of the trip? Because you were talking about how they have the opportunity to travel over those 4 months, like on weekends or off hours or at the end. Do you want to talk about where she's going after that?
I don't know exactly where she's going to be going, actually.
It doesn't matter. Just the country in general. I'm like,
I think at some point she wants to hop a flight to Bali.
She needs chaperones.
Yeah.
We need to go.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, I Thanksgiving, I'm actually strongly considering Thanksgiving in Thailand.
Sure.
I think it'd be so much fun.
After hearing her travel, really?
I know. Well, I bet we could find a
You'd
better
be like
flight.
30 plus hours on a flight and then like 7 hours.
I mean, I've been to Dubai.
Yeah, there's some amenities in Dubai that don't exist in her part of Thailand. I'm assuming.
I've actually heard Thailand is amazing.
I've heard it's I mean, one of the most beautiful. Some of those coastlines.
What I mean is, I've made a long travel before in my day.
Yes, you have.
I've been to Paris.
Have you?
Yeah.
I know. That's a whole thing.
There was one day.
I had some unsolicited, very ignorant advice for you.
I loved it. I mean, it was really.
I loved the
Was
response.
one point. Why? Because I was very like, I've been working a lot lately. It's new. When this podcast started, this was like the most work I had been doing over the last 4 months, maybe since I knew Marley was graduating. I actually have stepped back into work a lot more, maybe 5 months, maybe when that 21-day challenge started. And Ryan has seen me working a lot and maybe not relaxing a whole heck of a lot, right?
Yeah, you're like piling back into it.
Yeah.
Like,
trying to figure out, I don't have a lot of help. Yeah. I don't have hired help. Yeah. And so Ryan had,
are we gonna
go ahead.
Really?
Okay, no.
No, it's fine. It's just I've said a lot of ignorant things in my life.
But it wasn't
Actually,
that
do you want to know
ignorant.
one of my biggest talents is?
What?
Putting my foot in my mouth.
Really?
I've been doing that since I was a little
I can
kid.
put my foot behind my head.
I know.
I can do a human pretzel. I can do it. Your I know was a little too
No,
quick.
yeah, it was very.
I just
It was
mean
a.
like
It was a very PG. I know. Yeah, you just demonstrated it for anyone. who
just like
can't see.
that.
It's very cool. No, I just was watching you work and work and work and just
Whistle while I
grind.
work.
Can you whistle? Have we gotten to this stage in friendship where I know if you whistle? That sounds more like a drafty window. Oh, you
I
can do that.
Yeah.
I always wish I could do
But
that.
like I just
Is it
can't
gross,
believe I
huh?
put gross fingers in my mouth.
You just went to
I need to
Starbucks.
go wash my
Okay. You brush your teeth. Rinse your mouth.
Do you remember when you met me? I was having major hand washing issues.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were getting a little peely.
A little bit OCD.
Yeah. You haven't done that in a
No,
while.
I haven't.
Actually.
Maybe you've helped soothe.
It's cured. Yeah. You were working a ton. I mean, you work really hard.
I do
You
work
do.
hard.
I think it's a huge quality of yours.
I love work.
Yeah, and you enjoy it. I
It's
think
a
that's
journey.
rare. I do.
Mhm.
I think it's probably more rare. I don't know if it should be, but I'm not sure everyone enjoys it like that. You have a talent for that, working hard and grinding, but also like finding fulfillment in it.
Especially
it
when you
dri-
get to
it-
do it with people you have
Totally.
fun with.
Yeah.
Like the
know
little
what that's
things
like.
you and I have been able to kind of collaborate on.
Yeah. It is fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's totally fun. Okay, but I just saw you really stressed and working all the time, and I just thought, well, and we'd gone boating.
Yeah,
Just
we
a little,
did.
you know,
Yeah, we
and
went
you
boating with friends.
with friends. Just a
I
big friend
just don't
group.
have a ton of friends. I mean, I do have a ton of friends, but I'm not like I've never
It's your 40s.
I've never ever been at like I'm going to go on a girls trip type of girl. It like everyone's cut out a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just never really been
It's
my
phases
thing.
of life. It's personality.
I grew up with brothers.
Yeah.
Like I really love my life. Like I really love working. I really love it's not
Yeah.
I love like my family.
Mm-hmm.
I love my couple close friends that I don't have to talk that I don't talk to
No,
for
that's
a
the
while.
best part
and
about good friends, though.
Yeah, they like we'll talk
You can
after
come and
6
go.
months, and it's like we never.
You have grace for each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So
you just pick back up.
we went boating.
We went boating. My point is, we went boating. We went wake surfing, and you had never been, or once, like 20 plus years ago.
I'd never
and probably
been.
never, because that long ago it didn't exist.
Yeah, I'd never
You're
been.
probably wakeboarding. You're
Boarded,
probably good
yeah.
at that too.
No, I wasn't.
I guarantee you
I
were.
was not.
You're
I
good
never
at
got up.
everything.
I never got up.
I
wakeboarding.
don't believe that.
I swear.
Okay,
on
I don't
my
believe
life.
that because did you make a reel out of that?
Mhm. I don't think I ever did a
No,
reel.
you didn't, because we made the bloopers of it and we put it to the Jet 2 holiday
Nothing
audio.
beats a Jet 2 holiday.
You sound like her.
Do I?
You
6,
do.
7. Mom, you sound like Siri.
You do.
We should post that reel.
We should. Okay.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
You sound like her.
You sound like him. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you were floating behind the boat, like upside down, backwards. You had one big toe on the wake surfboard floating away from you. And everyone thought, and you thought,
She's going to struggle.
this isn't going to happen.
Yeah. No.
This is definitely not going to happen.
No.
But it's fun. It's a drag
Yeah.
behind the boat for a few minutes,
Yeah.
laugh it off, call it good. Let's drive around. No. Heidi gets up 100% of the time. Okay? This is insane. The way you were floating behind the boat, like you were outstretched Superman, one hand on the rope. Your toe was back on the board, and you were just like twisting in the water as we're idling. Like when when you go fishing and you just like
Like I was
behind the
being
boat.
dragged.
Yeah, it's like a drag, slow, like
Yeah.
the lures kind of slowly
Yeah.
spin. That's what you look like. That's what it looked like. And it was like, this is not happening. No, 100% of the time, Heidi stands up. Oh, okay, I guess she can do this thing, and she's going in and out of the wake. And I mean, you had some funny falls. We all did. 100% of the time you stood up,
Oh,
and that was insane. That was
you.
insane. So
Thank you.
we did that, and I was like, "Hi, you just need to get out and do this stuff more.
Yeah.
You're so good at everything. You had so much fun. Like you're just so good at it. We need to go do some more stuff like that." And then you,
I think what you said,
yeah, what
what
did
you
I
said,
say?
if I remember right. I mean, not to like.
No, you remember.
I think you had said, I was doing some thinking. And I just think you need to get out a little
I was
bit
trying to
more.
give you some unsolicited advice. It was really ignorant.
Yeah, you just
It's really
need, like
naive.
maybe go for a hike. Like have some fun in your life. Try to travel a little.
Oh
It
my
was like
gosh.
that.
Well, here's the funny. This is like so off topic.
So,
I don't know your previous life.
yeah, you don't.
Like I didn't know you from. I mean, I knew of you,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know anything that you had done.
Yeah.
So then you so kindly. It was almost one of those like, let me hold your hand while I say this moments.
Your coochie smells. Sorry, that's that Mel Robbins. There's a Mel Robbins spoof. Sorry. You guys, there's the funniest Mel Robbins spoof. Let them spoof. I don't even know who the girl is.
We have to find it.
But she's like, let me hold your hand when I say this.
Yeah, which is a
Your
common
coochie
phrase.
smells. Is that too much for this?
No, it's your
a
show.
really funny reel. It's really
hilarious.
funny.
It's very well done. But it was a let me hold your hand while I say this moment. And then you very gently informed me about the wildly adventurous life that you've already lived.
I essentially was saying, I hear you. I waited a while to say it to you. Like
it must have been so satisfying.
But I didn't even know it was coming across that way. But what I said is, hey, I've been thinking about what you said. And you're right. I probably could and should get out more. And also, I said, Ryan, I have had 15 years of traveling all around the world while I am pregnant, shooting a show 24/7, 365.
By the way, I was sinking in my chair as I was listening to this.
You know, I honestly, I went to Tahiti when Ruby was 6 weeks old. I did a Disney half marathon for the show. I mean, like
with a fever.
Fever.
That's a whole other story too.
The things I did as I'm popping out babies, I'm helping negotiate book contracts in the hospital. I never had a down moment.
Kidney stones?
Kidney stones 4 days after I was born. 3 days after that kidney stone surgery, I did a cover shoot for a magazine. I'm not kidding. And then 7 days after that, we left to Hawaii with Ruby when she was 2 weeks old. When Ruby was 6 weeks old is when we went to Tahiti and New Zealand, shooting a show the entire time. A little bit after that is when we shot at Disney. We did like you guys, my life.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so I appreciate what you're saying and you're probably right. But I think at this point in my life, I just want to rest. Like the thought of getting in the car to drive my kids to Newport Beach is like, and I'll do it. And I have been doing it for them. Mm-hmm. I do the trips for them. But I lived a life where luckily I never said no to anything because I had really great experiences and it created these incredible opportunities. And also I am so tired.
You're like, you know what I want to do, Ryan? When my house is empty, I want to keep working and then I want to clean it. Yeah. And then I want to sit on my couch in the sweats for a minute and then I want to go to bed.
Yeah, that's really what I want to do.
It sounds like that's the most relaxing, rejuvenating evening.
Yeah. And like even, hearing that I say I want to work, a big part of that is when up until recently, just recently, I started working with my kids in the house again. Yeah. But that's new.
Very new.
For the last 2.5 years after that lifetime, that was all me working all the time with kids without nannies. After Dave had passed, I stopped. I would not do a work call with my kids around.
It's hard to imagine. I don't know how you did anything.
I was with my kids. Yeah. I cooked dinners. Yeah. I baked. We had fun. Like I would laugh with them. I'd play card games with them. I would drive them to I was a full, the weeks where I had kids, I was a full time mom. I didn't have any, I did it all myself. And then the weeks where I didn't have kids, I would hustle and grind. Yeah, and so that's why it's like when I have a minute. Yeah. I just want to get shit done.
Yeah. It feels good to catch up, get it off your plate. The response was humbling. I wasn't here and it was audio notes. That's what it was. Remember that?
Was it?
Yeah. That's why I thought I was so proud of myself for like making the suggestion.
I loved it.
I'm like, you did so good on the boat.
You did so. Maybe we should do more.
That's what I'm saying. Like you did you're like so good at everything. You just blew everyone away. I was like, we should do that more. And then it was a very, all right, buddy. I didn't hurt your feelings. Not at all. Not at all. It was very educational.
I think I was just like trying to say,
No, you were so great. It was
oh,
hilarious.
crap, I'm so
It made me
tired. I
laugh.
would love to go on more boats, but I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. Can we just watch Netflix
Yeah.
and get some good sleep and drink
Yeah.
water?
And like, can I organize my Post-its?
Can we clean the closet and hydrate and get some good sleep and then cold plunge and drink a coffee?
I know.
That is nice. That is a nice life. I get that. And the older you get, the more those simple things just feel so good.
I know.
Just a quiet Saturday morning.
Yeah, we
feels
tried
so
a movie
good.
once.
Well, oh yeah. That was also my fault. Jeez. Yeah. We can maybe not leave me up to logistics all the time. It was right in front of my face.
It was actually perfect. It's
We were
like,
excited.
you know, when you make plans with someone and all you want to do is cancel them and you get so excited when they cancel.
Yeah.
So we made plans to go to a movie.
Late
we ended
one.
up going to the movie. It was 9:50 p.m.
9:50. After a long day. It's a long week.
We show up and we're like, yeah, 2 tickets for.
We could remember
We
the
don't
name.
even know. It starts with an S. They're like Freaky Friday. I'm like, that's an F. Remember that?
Sir, we clearly said S, as in Sam. Let's skip down the alphabet if we could. Thank you.
And they were just pulling at different movies. We're like, it starts at 9:50. We definitely looked at this theater. And I'm like, well, can you check your phone?
Yeah.
So Ryan goes to check his phone and shows him the phone. The guy's like, that says Thursday. Today's Saturday. The movie doesn't come out for 5 more days.
I was so bummed. I was like, I just ruined the whole night. You were so excited.
I said, this is amazing. This is exactly what I said. I said, we got out of the house.
Yeah.
We like
walked,
drank an entire energy drink.
Oh, I know. I was so tired. I grabbed a big energy drink out of the fridge, and then I was wired.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
That was
but
fine.
I loved it. I said we got out of the house.
It was great.
We didn't actually have to watch the movie.
I do. There's almost nothing more satisfying at this point in life than when a meeting canceled. When someone cancels on your calendar and you get to be like, shoot, I was going to be there.
I know. We got to like be indoors by 10 p.m. Are you kidding me? That was like a dream.
In sweats and indoors.
That was a dream.
Okay.
Okay. Should we wrap?
Wait, did we answer all the questions, or is there a part 2 of like? It feels like there was a whole set of questions like how do people pay for this, and what do they do, and where do they put kids' money in accounts, and
let's
is that a second part, or is that now?
No, we're gonna go now.
Okay, what are the questions? How should we answer this?
Well, I mean, I think we just ask what I know people are wanting to know.
Can I ask you a piece of trivia, actually, that I looked this up that I think is really relevant?
Yeah.
How much do you think on average it costs to raise one child from birth to 18? Just total. And this does not include college planning. This is just raising a child.
From birth to 18.
Yeah. And there's actually like really good solid data around this.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Okay.
But like, this is insane, probably. Okay, go ahead. What is it?
We'll give a guess.
$20,000.
What do you mean $20,000?
I don't know.
Total for 18 years? No, think about 18 years.
Why did you say, what do you mean?
Well, I just want to make sure we're clear.
Is that a dumb guess?
No, I just want to make sure we're clear.
Okay, wait.
I want to make sure we're clear on. I'm saying 18 years,
I have
and this
so
is
many questions.
This
what
is
sports are they doing?
Yeah,
you know?
the sports. It's from the diapers and the formula, and it is childcare, and it's you have to own a house with an extra room, and you have to get the car with the extra seat.
100,000?
Okay. Would that okay?
I don't know.
It's as of 2022 data numbers.
Okay.
It's $310,000
per child.
Yeah, per child from
No.
0 to 18. That's not including college. That's an average of $17,220 per year.
But how, Ryan? How is this even possible?
Yeah,
If
so
someone has 8 kids,
childcare is a huge cost to that. It's housing and childcare are the 2 biggest. And you think about it, when it's just 2 people or 1 person, the car you drive, the place you live. Now think about the decisions you've made. I don't know if that's how you did parenting decisions, but think about, and probably is, when not only you choose a place to live, house, condo, apartment, whatever, you have to have enough room.
Yeah.
But you start thinking about what school district. And you're like, oh, what schools do they go to? Well, then that dictates where we got to go. I mean, it's housing and childcare are the 2. It's the majority of those costs. But then, like, think about what you said earlier about teenagers. You thought early on in life, the babies, the diapers, the never-ending onesies that are just blown out all the time and stained, and you just got to chuck them, and the sheets that get thrown up on. You thought that was expensive. Yeah. And then like teenagers are.
Well, then, I mean, it's like, I always had this idea. First of all, that number is insane.
It is insane.
That is so, because then I think, Kate, if someone has 4 kids, that's $75,000 or something for 4 kids.
Yeah, it's 68.8. Now think about that. That's
Wait.
68,800 per year. That's an entire salary.
But like, what if someone doesn't make
Pre-tax.
that much money?
Exactly.
That pre-tax. So what is $68,000 after? Like, meaning like, what would someone have to gross?
Okay. Yeah. Oh
like
yeah.
$120,000.
Yeah, depending on your little less on your tax rate, but yeah, you'd have to be making 80 grand, $85,000
So what does someone
just to pay for the 4 kids.
Can we look this up?
Okay.
What would someone have to make a year to support 4 kids today? Like, how much would they have to make gross to be able to support 4 kids on average today? Like, that's just insane.
Yeah, you're just the kids, just gross kids before taxes. You're going to have to be making about between 85 to 90 grand a year, statistically. Okay. Now, what that means is if you just don't. My point is, it's so expensive, and it's such a long period of time. We don't realize how much we pay and how much we spend, but it's unbelievably expensive to have kids. The point of that is just like, some people have the opportunity to have extra money to send kids to college and pay for it. And I think there's a lot, just like everything else in parenting, there's so much, it's easy to carry a lot of guilt for not being able to do it all or give them things that we didn't have.
Yeah, I have this idea in my head sometimes, and I'll bounce back and forth. But like, I think, okay, why am I working so hard to I want to set my kids up in case something happens to me. But then I have this other opposing thought sometimes. It's like, well, one of the reasons I push so hard and I drive so hard is I didn't have that stuff paid for me.
Yeah,
when
what
I left
created
the house.
that in you in the first place?
The urgency. I had to figure it out. Now, my dad did pay for the first year of school, right? But none of the living expenses, none of that stuff, nothing after. My dad passed. Like, all of my work experience, I've never worked for my dad or my family. I had to figure it all out. And so there's a part of me that's like, why am I so worried about creating my kids' opportunities? Even you've heard me say, I want to start businesses with my kids. But then if I do that, am I robbing them of the opportunity to figure it out themselves, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I can argue both sides of it. I did have a few people, but like one person that I printed, they wanted to know like about saving for the college account. I actually, I don't know how Chris and I figured out how much we put in it. Most of it was what my kids saved. And then matching it. And we really did push them. We do always give them opportunities to make money for little things here and there. I think that's a really big deal. I was always pushing Maddox to have a summer job or something where they could save. But then someone in here in comments had said what they do is what would they say, $100? They have a college savings account.
They treat it like a bill, like a monthly bill.
Yeah,
it's like
$100 a month. They said, act like it's electricity and it's something that can't budge. So $100 a month put into a college savings account from the time a child's young.
Trying to see what that would look like over 18 years, but
someone else, my friend Susan, who actually works on this podcast with me, as I was kind of getting ready for this podcast, she had actually, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say 100 from birth to 18, $100 a month grown at a moderate rate of return is like 40 grand by the time they hit 18.
Really?
Yeah.
$100 a month from birth
to 18. A 7% return.
Okay, so since we're here and we're talking about this is a college 529 account that you're talking about, right? Or is this a Roth?
No, okay, so yeah, you're okay. A 529, a Roth, those are all just types of accounts. They're not actual investments. It's like saying checking, savings, IRA. They're just types of accounts that have different tax advantages, different rules and stipulations. The way you invest the money inside of them is what determines how the money grows.
Okay, so this is a good question because my Merrill Lynch 529. So does it matter who you have your 529 account with?
Yeah. Yes, for a couple of different reasons, maybe more than you're even thinking of. So first of all, a 529, they're administered by the state, and each state has different advantages. And by the way, you don't have to live in that state to use another state's plan. So for example, I know that like the state of Utah has a really highly rated 529 plan.
So my 529 is different than someone in Utah.
It could be. You could use a Utah 529. Someone in Utah could use an Arizona 529.
Okay.
And each state gives different tax credits. Usually if you live in that state. So if I live in Utah and use the Utah 529, there might be some tax incentives. They're usually small and they're usually at the state tax level. They are only at the state tax level. It could be a credit or a deduction, but there's some advantages to using your own home state, resident state 529 plan. But that's just an account type. Inside of the account, you have to choose the investments. You have to choose what you invest them on. You can leave it in cash.
You?
Well, you as the person, or if you have like a financial advisor, someone who like opened the plan for you, they might choose it for you or help you choose it.
So then I feel like to the average person listening right now, because I didn't even know any of this is a thing. I just have Nick at Merrill Lynch that does
What's up,
my
Nick?
stuff.
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah,
I don't know Nick.
I love Nick.
Cool. What's up?
And so Nick has done all that for me. Like, I feel like the average person might want to consider going to a place like, I have no idea, Merrill Lynch, where there's an advisor that's making sure the way that your money is being invested is smart. Is that correct?
Yes.
Am I paying Nick anything?
Yeah.
Where do I pay them?
Wait, what? This is a whole... Nick, hold on.
No wonder he gives my kids money when they graduate.
Hold on, Nick. If your advisor has enough time and money to send your kids gifts.
How am I paying him?
We really want to get into this?
Yeah, I'm just curious. So
my industry is wild. My industry is people in my industry can get paid a whole bunch of ways. The majority of my industry still gets paid on commissions.
But I don't see it come out of my account.
Exactly. So that's usually how people are paid on commissions. No shade to anyone or Nick or any. These are just business models. These are just business and compensation models. So the majority statistically of advisors get paid a commission based on the product they put in your account. Which is
but okay, so like when I did home loans, right? Well, I could charge someone 1 point up front and then I could get points on the back end.
It's the same.
So is Nick getting the points up front or on the back
There's
end?
There's literally like 10 different ways that people can get paid.
I'm okay if it's the back end.
Well, it's actually way more expensive on the back end.
Well,
yeah. There's a whole other so the quick answer is yes.
Tin Stoffel. There's no such thing as a free lunch. I shouldn't expect it for free anyway. Tin Stoffel is economics 101.
Never heard that acronym.
What? Tin Stoffel. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Someone says they're taking you out for free. They're not.
Yeah, no, that's totally true. So yeah, the advisors get paid a lot of them on commissions, and there's a variety of ways, which can be a conflict of interest because if you do home loans, for example, and you're like, I can give you this product and it might be better for you, but this other one over here pays me more. It's not as good for you.
Okay,
and you're incentivized that. My industry's built that way, unfortunately. So people will put investments inside of your accounts at times that might not be the best for you, but it pays them more.
Okay, so let's just to the person listening right now.
This isn't the tone of your podcast.
Yeah. So to the
this
person
is like
listening
mine for
who
10
needs
years.
to know where to go for a 529. They want to know.
Go to your state. So
to your state?
Just Google it.
Arizona? Where the hell is Arizona?
You just Google like Arizona 529. It'll take you to the institution that runs it. And I bet a lot of these have good customer service teams.
So why? Okay, but if they have to, so hear me out.
I'm gonna Google this.
If they have to go to the state to find the 529, they still have to find someone to manage and make sure they're making good investments.
Some states might have Some states might have let's call it customer service that will help do that for you.
Okay, or advisors you can go to Merrill Lynch,
or you can go find your own, or go to Merrill Lynch, or Vanguard, or Charles Schwab.
Charles Schwab.
And do it, and then hire someone there, or have an independent person, or do it yourself. I mean, it's never been easier to do the stuff yourself, even though it seems probably difficult. Just,
I like to have one person managing all my stuff.
I think it's smart. Yeah.
I also have my kids. They have a, is it a Roth?
Yeah. If they were employed, you have to
because
be
the numbers on a Roth. No. Okay. Then is it a 4? No.
They probably have a Roth.
They do.
You've probably had them on payroll in a company before.
I actually just started it last year, and I was doing the numbers. So $6,500 is the max you can put in a year.
Yeah.
The contribution, right? The numbers on a Roth. If you do, granted, I know $6,500 is a lot, but if you were to max out, say you put $6,500 in from birth to retirement age, how much would your child have?
Retirement age? Oh,
okay,
geez.
we can do birth to 18.
Well, okay, let's start with 18.
But whenever they can take it out tax free. So Roth, you put the money in, your child can take it out tax free at what age?
Well, okay. This is interesting content for your
Well, but
podcast.
it's just it's what I do for my kids.
Money that you put into the Roth is actually really flexible. You can take it's called basis. So the money that you put in, you can actually take out for any reason at any time, tax free and penalty free.
But it's growing.
The growth in a Roth can still come out tax and penalty free for some reasons, and that with new legislation is changed. It's getting more broad and more flexible. But typically it'll get taxed and penalized if you're under the age of 60, basically.
Okay, so let's do the math.
So it's
Say
about
I put it in birth. If you're having a child now, and you start a Roth and you say $6,500 a year or the max.
I'm just going to say $6,500. We're going to give ourselves a modest 8% rate of return, and we're almost $250,000 at 18.
Okay, no, 60. So by the time they can take it out,
age 60.
So say they do this their entire
life. This is why kids, if you can instill the habits of saving, it's crazy. It's $8.2 million.
Yeah. Okay. So from birth to 18, it's only $250,000, even with a growth. What growth rate did you do?
8%.
Okay. It's only $250,000.
Yeah, but I mean, what does $250,000 pay for in college?
Well, but that's not for college. So a Roth I have for their retirement. So birth to
okay. So check this out. What if you did this? What if you did?
Hold on. Birth to 60 is $8 million.
Yeah.
If you because the growth every year you're getting 8% ish on that new bigger number.
Yeah.
So they would have $8 million tax free by 60. And that's if you kept
putting it every year.
Every year.
Well, now what if you did this 0 to 18?
Okay.
You did your $250,000 and then you just left it there. The $250,000.
Okay.
And
so
then
you
left
leave
that
the
till 60.
Leave that till 60.
At 8% rate of return, you're getting $4.6 million.
Holy moly!
So this is the principle. This is so funny. We're doing this.
Do you hear this, you guys? If you put $6,500 in every year from birth
to
18, it's grown to $250,000.
Yep.
Which how much money is that? Do 6,500 times 18, just so we know how much money we're putting in.
Oh, your basis, like what you end up putting in.
6,500.
Yeah, 6,500
times 18.
6,500 times 18.
How much is that?
Is $117,000.
Okay, so
You've more than doubled your money.
Yeah, over 18
and this
years,
is at a modest rate of return, 8% rate of return. That's
then you don't touch that.
You don't
from
touch
18 to 60.
Yeah. It's like 4.4. What did I say? Yeah.
$4 million.
Yeah.
That's
why people say you'll see these things where it's like if you just saved money from, let's say, the time you start working, age 16 to 30, and then stopped for your whole career. You can accumulate more money depending on how much you put in there, but you can accumulate more money than you can from 30 to 60 because time, that's what compounding is. That's interest in time. Time's really the big thing there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. So, okay, here's
Is that what people ask? Was that a specific question
I'm
from the
going
DMs?
here because this is what I care about.
Show.
This is what they want to know what I'm doing for my kids.
True.
So Maddox and Marley, we did not start their Roth until Maddox he had just turned 18.
Okay.
And so what I've told my kids, what I've told them, and I know that not everyone can do this, but I have told them as long as they are going to college and they're holding a job, I will contribute the max to their Roth until that time is over. And then my hope is that they start to see what it is. And Maddox and I talk about the numbers a lot. He knows what's in. Maddox gave me all of his money on his mission.
Some kids love this and they get it and they really resonate with the idea of investing and saving. Yeah. And some kids see $6,000 and they're like, do you know how much I could buy today?
What's awesome is Maddox had $4,500 in gifts from people, like gifts and working from his mission and graduation.
Cool.
Do you know he gave me 100% of it?
Did he? Yeah.
And asked me to invest it.
Yeah, that's cool.
On his mission. And so every single time we talk, he asks how it's doing.
Some kids are like that.
And has not touched any, like sometimes he'll get like $500 here and there for Christmas, say he got $500. He was like, okay, put $75 in my spending. So I have it just in case. Put the rest in my investment because I have talked to him about this enough to know. My hope is when he gets home and after he'll continue to whatever his job is, it's a non-negotiable. Put $6,500 in this account.
Yeah.
It's obviously up to them, but I'm kind of giving them the platform and trying to teach them.
I know.
But so if Maddox from 18 to 60, what would that be? If he were to continue $6,500 a year.
Okay.
I have to pee so freaking bad.
We haven't been doing this very long. We've been sitting here very long. 6,500 from 18 to 60.
Yeah, that's 42 years.
Yeah, 42 years. And let's give ourselves an 8% rate of return. Oops, I got to put this as a monthly or annual payment.
You're so smart.
It's almost $2 million. $2
million.
Yeah, at an 8% rate of return. Now,
awesome.
Realistically, if you yeah, realistically, that's a pretty conservative number to hit. If you got a return that's more in line with what like markets do over a long
Like
period of time,
10%?
yeah, then it's 3.5.
See, that's so awesome.
And over that long of a period of time, that's very reasonable to assume.
Okay, so I guess moral of the story.
Well, the moral of the story is the same as like any good habit. We wish the time to do it is yesterday.
But
You
like
just, like, start it,
we
but you
can't
can't go
go
back.
back. So we're here now, and I would
So
say it's
optimistic.
not on us parents to put the money in, but like I do think it is on us to teach our kids what saving their money
Mm-hmm.
and putting it in can do.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to balance that.
Maybe you could do an episode around like there's some good kids like savings programs and like
Yeah.
kids debit cards. What's one? Green Light is one of them.
Chris does Green Light with Cash and
He does?
Ruby.
Okay.
I don't know how much they
They just
manage
help.
it, but
They help track budgeting and spending. They have a lot of like good tools. Capital One has good stuff for kids that helps them manage their own spending.
yeah.
But isn't it funny though? You can raise two kids the exact same
Yeah.
way with the same lessons. One kid will see $6,000 and they'll be like, "How do we invest this?" The other kid will be like, "I can spend that right now."
Yeah, and Maddox is a funny blend of both.
Is he?
Like, yeah, because
That's cool.
The thing, I think he knows if money's in literally any account, he's
Yeah.
gonna spend it. Like, let's
Yeah.
be honest. On his mission, he's buying kendamas. I don't know with what
I was gonna ask
money-
that when you were talking about buying lunches. I'm like, he gets cologne.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I haven't really eaten a good lunch for a while, but I got new
Well,
cologne, and then he has
I'm
the
just
collection.
gonna say it. He has his missionary savings card.
Yeah.
Maddox, they reload every month, and
Yeah.
Maddox is like, "What can I buy with this?" And then he starves for a month.
But he's making the decision to make the trade-offs. He's not
He is,
asking you
you're
for the
right.
difference. He's
never
he's
asking for the
choosing
money.
which sacrifice feels better to him,
Which is actually awesome.
That's life. That's
He's
good.
like, "Do I want to eat this
Yeah.
month, or do I want new cologne?"
That's great though. He's not saying give me money for both things. I want to eat like a king and buy cologne. How much? He has a lot of cologne.
He has a lot, and he has like 20 kendamas. Is he eating the wood? I don't understand what's happening. Is he bumming off of his mission
Maybe.
companions?
But it doesn't matter. He's resourceful.
He
He's stealing
is.
Transform and selling it to neighbors, and he's resourceful.
Oh, okay. I have to pee so bad.
Okay, is that how you end most podcasts?
I think we're gonna end.
Is that
It's
it?
been 2 hours.
Is there anything we
just hit a
didn't hit?
record. No, we hit it all.
Really?
and
All the
more.
questions there.
Yeah, I gotta pee. Okay, you
Well,
guys.
thanks for having me.
I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of this. I did. Oh, Ryan, you ready to go back to the airport?
Yeah, let's go. Leaving on a jet
You guys,
plane.
I love you. Thanks for tuning in. And if you have any specific requests, DM me, email me, and I hope you enjoyed. Love you.